Hello there! From behind the yellow line, this is the very first anniversary of Trammin, a Disneyland podcast. My name is Kirk, and as always, I'm joined by my friend and co-host, Christian Rainwater.
What's up, everybody? Our big thunder topic of the week is a year of Trammin, a Trammineering story.
Hey, look at us. Who would have thought?
Not me.
Roll the intro.
Hello, everyone. Welcome aboard Trammin, a Disneyland podcast. Please lower your head and watch your step while boarding. As a courtesy to other passengers, we ask that there be no eating, drinking, or smoking on board. In just a few moments, we will begin our trip into the Disneyland resort news and topic of the week. Ladies and gentlemen, this tram is ready to depart. Driver, you are clear.
Welcome back, everyone, to the anniversary of Trammin.
1 year.
Yeah, we are your hosts, Kirk and Rain. I was given a comment about my rain, but I'm gonna keep doing it. So, what's up, Rain?
Nothing. This is crazy that this is 1 year from the time that we recorded, and as you can see, which you probably can't because you're probably listening to us and not watching us, our little plaque back here says March 17th, 2020, and today is March 17th, 2021.
Yeah, so we recorded the first episode on March 15th, 2020, and we shifted a day within the past year, so we're now recording on March 15th, 2021, and the release day
is the 17th.
Yeah, St. Trammin's Day, you know?
St. Trammin's Day. St. Patrick? Who's that?
Who is that? We didn't care about him last year. He's gone. He's gone. He's probably canceled.
He probably is.
By now.
Yeah.
You know? All right. So let's clean off this nonsense with
mouse keeping. If this is your first time here, welcome aboard Trammin, a Disneyland podcast where Kirk and I talk about Disneyland Resort through our eyes. We've been doing this for 52 weeks now. 50 weeks, somewhere around there. Yeah, who knows? If you enjoy the show, like, subscribe, comment, and review us wherever you can, including Spotify, Apple Podcasts, YouTube. Smash that like button, as I love to say, and Kirk hates. If you want a visual guide of the show, the past couple weeks we haven't been able to post much.
Yeah, I got one thing I got to post again for last week's, but that's about it.
Yeah, it's been kind of rough. Why can't I talk right now? Anyways, follow at Trammin Podcast on Instagram. I haven't streamed in like the past week, maybe once, I don't know. But tonight, I think I will be. So watch Disney game streams on twitch.tv/Trammin Podcast, where you can catch me playing some Kingdom Hearts 2 right now.
And then catch the archive on YouTube and Twitch.
Yeah.
So you can go back and watch, and there's like chat replay and all that kind of stuff.
I got to change the thumbnail of the last one, though, because I tried doing this whole cute thing of the notification that gets sent out is Aladdin, doing the, and I put, "Do you trust me?"
Yeah.
I tried doing it, and it was kind of a fail, but I never changed the thumbnail. I don't know. Anyways, you can read dumb tweets on Twitter at Trammin Podcast, and you can find all of these links and more on Trammin.com.
I do want to add to the first thing you said. If this is your first time here, you got a year of episodes you would catch up on. And
a nice library.
Yeah, we go through the news and stuff, but everything else is just, you jump in at any time. Yeah. Everything's random. It's topics. So yeah.
Each episode, if it's not the Big Thunder topic, is a nice kind of like time capsule. You can kind of see where the Disney news is. It's pretty neat to go back and listen to.
You can see how sad we are.
Yeah.
How happy we are.
How happy we were that we thought the park was open in July.
Yeah. And then October.
Yeah. How optimistic we were in last March, thinking it was going to be a couple weeks that was going to be closed.
Yeah. So
look at us now.
Yeah. We're going to go through all that. But first, let's get into You're Right, in which members of the Tram fam write in with corrections or things they disagreed with, or just random comments. So no one wrote in, however. Kevin, not Kev, Kevin asks, does Rain not like Mr. Toad because of the ending, the ride? Elaborate a little bit. I told him I think he still really likes it, but
yeah.
just a little
I get
extra.
what Kev is saying, because as a kid, I hated it because I was scared. I didn't want to go to hell. I didn't want to be punished. I don't know. And it was really hot in there. I didn't like the ride as a kid.
Okay.
He did catch on to that. Now I appreciate it.
Got it.
But before, I did not like it.
All right. Thank you for the real in-person life real in-person life. Real in life in-person.
Tiffy Luna 17. Also, she sent me a message saying that she paid for Raya and the Last Dragon.
Uh-huh.
And so good job on buying that because it's a great movie.
All right.
That's it.
And so this is not Kev's beer. But I thought we need a toast to Trammin.
Yeah.
And I was going to get something from Trader Joe's because I had to buy cilantro for our tacos. We made tacos today. And I realized Trader Joe's doesn't refrigerate alcohol, but Sprouts does.
Oh, okay.
So I saw some Stone stuff and the arrogant, but I've never had it. I'm like, no, I'm very sleepy. So I got Samuel Smith's organic apple cider.
Oh, that sounds good.
Is it?
Yeah,
all right,
it's great.
Cool. So to us,
cheers
to many more years of Trammin.
Yep, it's good.
Yeah, it's not much.
No,
but whatever. We just needed something.
Back when ciders weren't very relevant or they weren't very popular, this was the go-to.
What I like about this, it's still it's sweet. It's a sweet drink, but there's some bitterness that like Angry Orchard doesn't have.
It tastes like beer.
Yeah, this is still a little bit like a drink. Angry Orchard, I used to like it when I was younger.
It's just apple juice.
But yeah, it's very sweet. But so this isn't sweet, but we do have. I forgot the volume I put this at.
Ooh.
Kev's concoctions with Kirk and Rain.
All right, so I actually asked Kev for this because he's like, what should we do? And you will know by the second one, but it is dehydrated pineapple.
Ooh,
So
okay.
this first one.
Oh, there's two.
Yeah.
Okay.
So we need to eat this one first. This is brown sugar and cinnamon.
Interesting.
So
all right.
Let's the texture might not be the best, but no, that's a good flavor.
Oh yeah.
Texture is not the best, but it's a little complex. Definitely gonna have to eat this later because it's a lot of chewing. So the second one is pineapple. I think there's a little tahini or chili, but he put vinegar because I said, make me some sort of pineapple pickle. Trammin callback.
Pineapple. I like that. The pineapple and the pickle.
So our first callback of the day, when Rain said he would use double fist a pineapple and pickle, one bite of each like a psycho.
Exactly.
Or like as Kev says, I don't want to make you bleep things, but a sick,
Yeah.
So let's do this.
Let's see. Huh.
Not too pickly, but
The vinegar kind of brings out the pineapple taste almost.
it's interesting.
That's very interesting.
Yeah.
That reminds you of the pineapple pickle.
Hey, there you go.
Yeah.
I guess it worked. It's like burning my upper mouth.
Oh yeah.
It's not spicy though. It's just like,
that citrus.
yeah, I don't know.
Citrus plus vinegar.
Yeah, that's what it is. But don't worry, we won't eat these on the show too much.
Oh, that was great though.
Yeah.
He's been
Good.
really into dehydrating stuff lately, right?
Yeah, he was like, I think this was yesterday. Oh no, I didn't make you a concoction. I'm like, Kev, it's the anniversary tomorrow.
Yeah.
You need to make us something. I'm like, I don't know, put some make pineapple pickle. He's like, all right, I'll figure. And he went to Target, and so I think he was gonna buy fresh pineapple or something.
Oh, that's not fresh?
It's from a can. Because
Oh, okay.
or there's I don't remember what it was, or maybe it was some sort of other pineapple, or maybe it was pre-chopped. It was like $5. He's like, I got 2 cans for $1.50 or something like that.
Cool.
And it was fine.
Cool.
So let's get in some news. A lot of news.
Yeah, she's
But-
thick.
Yeah, but the news itself isn't thick.
Yeah, I know what you mean. I
Yeah.
know. There's a lot of fluff here.
Yeah.
A lot of fluff.
So parks are still closed, and they have
Hey!
been for a year.
Wow, the yearversary of
That's just anniversary.
yearversary of the park's closed.
Dude, the Annie means year.
All right.
That's what- anyways, all right. Orange County is in red tier
Officially.
officially. So yeah.
And quickly moving. I heard that there's some
Right.
predictions.
So this is what was I saying?
Yeah.
Maybe Disney's waiting for Orange.
Yeah.
That's why they said late April. So another part of the news, Bob Chapek says Disney will open in late April.
And then we saw some viral posts go around that said April 29th.
And it
And-
was a garbage Photoshop.
Honestly,
My Photoshop was better.
it was, and it was cute.
Yeah, I put that People Mover just for you.
Yeah, thanks.
So check that out on
Check
our
your
Twitter.
sources when you're sharing stuff on Instagram and stuff, please.
Yeah, and that's why when we posted the tier thing, I put source cdph.ca.gov.
Yeah,
Like-
or like any Disney news, you know it's going to come from Disney Parks blog, from the Disneyland account themselves. It's not going to come from an influencer.
Yeah, I mean, really though, at most, like maybe like Carly Wiesel, who, yeah, she's like freelance journalist blogger, but
Right.
still has like some sort of journalistic principle. Yeah, like, oh, I checked with a union source,
Right.
which at that point it's something. Not like I've heard.
Yeah.
A cast member told me,
Yeah.
like, no, I have a union contact, and the unions have to know when everyone's going back to work because they agree, whatever. So, an AP email went out today. Legacy pass holder discount now requires a digital pass in the app. If you have ever linked your passport
Oh, really?
to the app, it'll just show up at some point.
How cool.
So let's check live on Monday. It may take up to 3 days, so you may not even have it by the time this airs. So you go to My Plans in the hamburger menu.
It says Christian
Not
Rainwater.
My Plans, sorry.
I just went to my pass.
My tickets and passes.
Yeah.
Right?
Christian Rainwater. Legacy pass holder discount A.
Huh.
46 days remaining. Expires 4/30/2021.
Yeah, but so couple things. They said it will be extended
Mm-hmm.
until membership offerings are
Are-
announced. Well, does that mean they won't be announced by April 30th?
Well, mine says 4/30.
Yeah.
Oh, April 30th. I'm thinking you said May 30th.
No, yeah. So all of them say that. So
Mm.
is there going to be membership by April 30th? Or are they just going to be like, yeah, April 30th, whatever, we'll announce them? I hope there's
so
something.
too. I hope so too.
Yeah. So like we said, Disney Parks opening in late April, supposedly. Can that change? Maybe. It
Oh,
doesn't
yeah.
seem like it's going to happen though. Like change. They've called back chefs.
Oh, really?
Yeah, they're prepping. They're working on new menus. So cast members are being trained, you know.
We're coming back to life.
Yeah, the planet is healing.
Planet is healing. I like that tweet. That was good.
Mm.
That was good.
Because I've just been saying that about anything dumb that you see.
Mm-hmm.
Like, oh, right. I bought new case fans. Like Noctua fans are back in stock at MSRP. The planet is healing. Like, you know, when GPUs are back in stock,
Yeah.
the planet is healing.
Yeah.
So as of now, as of today, Monday, Buena Vista Street is closed. As of recording, like the as of release, A Touch of Disney opens tomorrow, Thursday.
You know, I saw a post.
Mhm.
Somebody recorded them closing the gate on Buena Vista Street. I was a little sad. I feel like we were so excited for it in November when it got released.
Yeah.
It was a nice interim?
Yeah.
Between COVID times and non-COVID times, or the future, whatever that
Mhm.
is. So we're going to have COVID memories there, which is really cool
Yeah.
in a weird way. Like, I wish this never happened. Don't get me wrong. But we will be like, remember when we were able to walk into Buena Vista Street without a pass, without
Right.
a ticket?
Yeah, that is interesting.
Yeah. I don't think that something like that's ever happened before in Disneyland history.
Yeah, and with that being said, does this, you know, this whole Touch of Disney,
Mm-hmm.
it requires admission.
Right.
Is a park open?
Is a theme park really a theme park with no rides?
It's still themed.
It's still themed.
It's still
Yeah.
amusing.
No,
I don't know.
I agree.
Is a park open? I guess we'll see. But cast member previews are happening already.
AKA, if you know somebody and you're a big influencer, you can go also.
Yeah, just have a cast member simp for you.
Yeah.
And you'll get in as
Yeah.
an influencer.
I saw some of the the way the passes look, the food, I guess, coupon thing.
The $25 gift card.
It's a 20,
Just say it.
but specifically designed for a touch of Disney, which is
Yeah.
nice. It's
So
a nice touch.
listen. In a few months, if not weeks, we can make our 75 back by selling that as a collectible
Put it
So-
on eBay.
to some guy in Missouri, you know?
Yeah.
And so
I've been kind of spoiling a little bit of stuff for myself, which I'm kind of upset about. I saw the lamplight menu. I saw what they're gonna have.
They announced that though.
Oh yeah. But I saw the way everything's gonna look. You get a sticker when you walk in a lamplight, which is cool.
Hey Rain, why is it so interesting that you saw a lamplight menu? We got reservations.
We did. Thank you.
I did not sneak into the Matrix this time.
You were close.
There was a way to
you jacked into something.
There was a way to sneak into the Matrix and I didn't catch it. Yeah. They plugged it. They plugged the hole from last time. I couldn't get in that way. There was another way they didn't catch, but it wasn't me. But it just like some old school page popped up. And I'm convinced a few people got to the same page because people sent me screenshots like, oh, there's nothing. And if you clear the filter, they just showed up. I think it was filtering things that are closed or some weird.
That's weird.
But it wasn't full. They were just like the reservation. I clicked on it and got it.
Well, thank you very much.
Weird.
Thank you, Kimmy, for getting me my ticket. Thank you, Kirk, for getting me my reservation.
And we got.
I did nothing.
Got prime time again around 5 o'clock.
We did.
That's great.
Yep.
So yeah, that's happening. Do you want to?
Oh, I
spoil the thing. Spoil the thing.
This is just like a thing that got me really excited for the event that we're gonna go to, or A Touch of Disney. I've never really been into character meet and greets.
Yeah.
Right. Neither have you. And in order for them to do character meet and greets right now during COVID, they have to get somewhat creative. And to me, this is the epitome of creativity.
It is.
Like, whoa. So in DCA on it's Pacific Wharf, right? The area?
Yeah, on the cannery or the
right.
Yeah.
There is now during Touch of Disney, Max and Goofy will be there doing the perfect cast.
Yeah, they're fishing.
But they're fishing in the oh my god, it is beautiful. It is oh my god.
It's not necessarily a deep cut, it's a meaningful cut.
It is.
It's not a paper cut.
No.
You know? They cut you with that gift card.
Yeah. And I feel like they were specifically targeting our age group because they know we're the ones dropping the money for
We're the ones that want to go hang out and eat food.
Yeah.
We're the foodies.
Yeah.
I know it's Disneyland foodie, whatever. I get it. It's not quite there, but yeah. So they know what they're doing.
So shout out to Max and Goofy for always casting that perfect cast.
Yeah. And there was going to be a reopening protest.
What? Really?
Yeah, and then plans were announced, and I saw screenshots because I don't have Facebook, right?
Mm-hmm.
But it was a Facebook group thing,
Of course.
you know.
Of course.
And it was like, oh, so it's canceled? No. This is a reopening celebration for all of our hard work in getting this done. And so, you know, a lot of people are like, I'm in this organization. It's like, no, you're in a Facebook group.
Yeah.
And you do nothing.
Yeah.
So it was called the Celebration Rally. And it looked like there were about 8 people there.
Okay.
And, you know, there were like 5 or 6 signs. But then you notice like people pass around the same 3 signs. So
I had no idea.
yeah, it was
Like zero.
this was
idea.
worse than the protest, the
Yeah.
peaceful protest.
Yeah.
TBT, man. What a year.
What a year 2020. A little bit of 2021, but mainly 2020 has
Yeah,
been
a touch of 2021.
a touch of 2021.
You know. So seems like that's all the news.
It's very hollow. The news is like we were saying. It's not thick. It's just like
Yeah,
I don't
it's
know.
big boned,
big bone.
but it doesn't have any meat on those
Right.
bones, you know?
right.
That was bad.
No, I understand.
Yeah, but some people have noticed in the app, it says like, you're a California resident. This has been added by information based on your address.
Mm.
So a lot of people say, oh, this is new. I have seen that on the website.
Mm.
That exact terminology. We've added this for you based on your address. So they're just moving it to the app. And I wonder if it has to do with ticket sales being only California.
So in order for you to get the SoCal pass in the past, you had to be a member resident of Southern California,
Yeah.
right?
And only certain zip codes.
Oh, really?
That's how they did it. The zip code. So again, this will probably be billing address. Kimmy pointed out, now she said people said this based off of the released guidelines. What I did was I went off the table, but there's probably written guidelines that are a little longer. Some people say it's recommended
Mm-hmm.
that it's California residents. However, I'm pretty sure Disney's just going to do California residents. They're not going to mess around with recommended, not recommended.
Yeah.
They're just, you know, and they know we're all itching for it.
Mm-hmm.
So just do that, you know.
I'm really curious how many people are going to use their $1,400 stimulus for the new membership.
I was
coming
thinking that. Oh,
Right.
Have this ready, Disney.
Right.
It's coming Wednesday.
up, right?
But I don't think so. I don't think it's going to be ready. And people can't save.
Yeah.
All right. So it's time for our Big Thunder topic of the week. Toot toot. A year of Trammin. The Trammineering Story.
Still crazy. I know we've said it like 3 times
Yeah.
on the show already. Does not feel like we were here a year ago.
Yeah, we were sitting eating. And I'm like, dude, it doesn't feel like a year.
No.
Not at all. So this whole thing was your bright idea.
Yeah. So
I'm gonna look something up that it's like some screenshots. So go ahead.
okay. So I listen to a lot of podcasts, and I have been listening to a lot of podcasts probably for the last maybe 5 years, 5-6 years of my
Yeah,
life.
something like that.
Yeah. I've got into podcasts from my cousin Jason. He would always listen to, I remember my first Comic-Con. We went to Comic-Con and it was Jay, Richie, his cousin, his friend Andy, who was also a Bosco alum. We sat down and we were just drinking, playing King's Cup, having a good time. And Richie's like, hey, I'm going to put on a podcast. This is like 2012,
Mhm.
2013.
So you didn't even know what that was.
And
right?
I was like, that means we're gonna listen to the radio? Like, that's kind of weird. And he put on Hollywood Babylon, which is Ralph Garman from K-Rock,
Oh yeah.
or ex from, previously from K-Rock, and Kevin Smith. And they just talk about things in Hollywood, movies, celebrities, stuff like that. And they pretty much do what we do for around the same amount of time, an hour and a half, 2 hours.
Yeah.
And I remember being like, this is funny. This is entertaining. And it still took, and I actually went to a recording the next year, but it still took me about another year or 2 years after that to really get into Kevin Smith. And that's what really got me into podcasting. After that, I started listening to video game stuff with IGN. And then I got into Kind of Funny. And Kind of Funny is like a branch, a few guys from IGN left and started
Yeah.
their own thing. And they do video games, movies, all that stuff. And I remember thinking like, dang, we could do this. Like, and I remember thinking about it like, what would I start a podcast of? And then I remember somebody told me like, oh, you know everything about Disney.
Mhm.
And then I started thinking like, wait, I asked Kirk stuff about Disney stuff. So I go to him for information that we could talk about on the show. So that's when I texted you. I was like, hey, would you be down to start a podcast? And then, after that is when I found out you actually listen. I mean, we'll go back to that, but you actually listen to Colin Moriarty, who used to be on Kind of Funny.
Yeah, that's where I found them.
Yeah. And it was kind of like this whole, I listen to these guys, you listen to that guy. And yeah, it was really interesting stuff.
Yeah. So I think you texted me. Was it March 8th?
Somewhere around there.
Yeah.
Somewhere around there.
It actually may have been the 10th or the 9th or
I just specifically remember getting off the 10 in Santa Anita and being on the exit and trying to text you
don't. God.
that we should start. We literally texted you being like, hey, we should start a Disney podcast.
Yeah, and I remember saying, I said, what are we going to talk about? Dude, who cares? We'll figure it
Yeah.
out,
I remember you saying something like, why would we enter such a saturated
Yeah.
podcast?
And
Realm, I guess.
Now that I've seen it, it's not.
It's not.
There aren't that many podcasts.
Yeah.
A lot of influencers, a lot of YouTubers.
Right. And I don't mean this as a knock, but there's a lot of like not good quality stuff. It's like a lot of quantity over quality.
Yeah. So, yeah, I remember you saying, I'm like, okay, so how's this going to work?
Mhm.
I don't know, dude. I'll come to your place. You come to my place, get some microphones, get
Yeah.
some beer, and then
Yeah.
we'll just talk.
Yeah.
And I'm like, this is what happened. I literally texted, okay, but we need a cool name.
Mm-hmm.
And then we just trailed off.
Yeah.
But we didn't let this go. So the next day we started trying to come up with names. And I was like, ooh, what about like Castle Cast? Because it's like
Oh,
all
I
parts.
remember that.
But there was that show Castle. And someone
Mhm.
had Castle Cast. I'm like, really?
Yeah.
And we started like,
just
like the-
spitballing.
yeah, Park something. I don't know. And I had that joke on Instagram, which I've posted a few times, where every time I'd get on the tram, I'd play on Instagram, not like on the tram. I'd play Jammin' by Bob Marley,
Mhm.
and I'd put We Trammin'.
Mhm.
I made that up, but it's a joke with me and Autumn. And you're like, dude, what about Trammin'? Like, okay. And I was like, that was the tentative name.
Mm-hmm.
And then okay, this is not an insult because you say this, but this is what impressed me the most. You don't write anything ever. You always, you wrote that intro and sent it to the voiceover guy, and he sent it back, and it was perfect.
Yeah.
Like, hello everyone, welcome aboard Trammin, a Disneyland podcast.
Yeah.
Where what's really good is he wrote Disney news and topics of the week because we wanted to do bi-weekly.
No,
he didn't say come here every 2 weeks. It's even if it was 2 weeks, it was the topic of the week.
Mm-hmm.
So it worked out. But he sounds just like the announcer.
He sounds spot on.
But what cracks me up is the hello. It's like, hello everyone. It's like really like specific. I don't know what it is.
I gotta show you a picture of the guy because there's an actual picture.
Is it gonna ruin it for me?
No,
I don't want to know what he looks like.
You
He's
don't?
this magical tram wizard. You know what I mean? I don't want to know.
Yeah,
But yeah,
but
so
I sent that over to the guy
on Fiverr.
on Fiverr. I spent $19.
Ooh.
Yeah, I wanted the rush fee because you know me, I don't have patience for anything.
Not at all.
So I spent
Yeah, and it says welcome aboard Trammin. Like there's no way getting around that. And you just did it. I'm like, oh, okay, so we're Trammin. And then it was 10:30 at night, and you're sending me artwork that you made in Canva.
No, it wasn't Canva.
Oh, wasn't it?
It was a free. It was okay. It's one of those bait and switch apps
Uh-huh.
on the iPhone where it's like, oh, design your logo app,
But you can't export, I'm assuming.
but pay us $5.99 a week and you can use our service. So I got a 3-day trial. Okay. And I started looking and I'm like, okay, we gotta find some clip art, gotta find, just different fonts. And I found one that looks like which I'm sure we'll post. I still have the screenshots of everything.
I've got them saved. I saved them out of my messages when I moved phones.
It was kind of like a
It wasn't
it's a
this-
van
Yeah, it looked like a van.
with a lightning bolt on the side.
Yeah, some like little thing.
But it was more of just like I was trying to come up with the idea. I wanted it to look like the tram, but I just can't draw. So I find that like, I don't know about you, but like when you can't draw, you kind of have to be limited on certain things that you do. You're better at using the line tool and stuff on Photoshop. I'm not good at that at all.
So yeah, so it wasn't even this. This was another one. You had it like
really?
skinnier, and I told you like add something.
Oh, that's
here.
right.
And so
That's right.
We'll post these.
Yeah.
And it was
the
just
art evolution.
it was just the tram. Like, dude, put the yellow line there.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And
I
that-
remember that.
And that was like our whole thing.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, the font. So the two font names. The Trammin font is Pequeña Squash.
Hilarious. And I always have to find it. It's online. It's
Yeah.
online. It's a free download. But yeah, I mean, yeah. The
and
font.
and what my favorite, because it sounds like the new Thor movie.
Yes, I thought yes.
A Love of Thunder.
Yeah.
That's the bold font, which
Mhm.
also funny. And yeah, so we did that, and I was like, okay, this looks like a cool concept, but give me a day. And I remember like I went on Photoshop and I created rectangles,
Yeah.
and I used the same thickness rectangles and built up the tram.
Mm-hmm.
And we eventually got here, and then we kept going. We put the yellow line, made it thicker,
Like made that.
and then I changed the blue.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say.
So we got
Because
that.
it was more of like a regular royal blue.
No,
Almost.
now it's royal blue.
Okay.
It was
like
more like cerulean,
so. Okay, yeah.
like a dark cerulean, not
Mhm.
like quite so light.
Mm-hmm.
So the other thing is the tram was kind of floating above the yellow line a lot.
Mm-hmm.
And again, you can see this on Instagram, and you could see this on like the first post because it just says Trammin Disneyland podcast.
Mm-hmm.
And at some point, like, dude, this is our podcast. Let's put our names under there. So we
Yeah.
moved the yellow line up and we put Christian Rainwater and Kirk Bagdasarian.
Yeah.
And Tammy asked me at work, was it Tammy? I don't remember. Why is Rain's name first? I'm like, well, a couple of reasons. One, Rain's whole thing is the rainwater.
Mm-hmm.
So if my last name gets cut off when it takes too long, who cares?
Mm-hmm.
We get the rainwater and we get the Kirk.
Oh,
right?
I see what you're saying.
Two, this whole thing was your idea.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And not that you don't care about this stuff at all. But I was like, nah, it's Christian Rainwater. And it sounds better too. Christian Rainwater and Kirk Bags. It's like Kirk and Rain,
Like the flow of it.
but the Christian Rainwater is a good,
Yeah.
yeah.
No, I agree.
The
I
flow
agree.
of the rainwater, yeah. And so, we switched it around when our heads are on different sides or whatever, but it doesn't matter. So yeah, we put that in there, and it was like, okay, we have art.
Yeah.
And so
It started like slowly snowballing.
yeah, so the reason I don't remember which date, and I have the text saved somewhere in the cloud, like the actual text file, you can like export it or whatever, but and have screenshots. But the thing is I said something like either from the day we first talked about it, it was either 7 days till we recorded or 7 days till we released, or like 8 days.
It was something pretty quick.
Yeah, where we were like, and we didn't tell. I told you, don't tell anyone except family, because we don't want to be those people who are like, we got something coming soon. And it's like, okay, the hype. Like when people announce that they're going to do a Kickstarter. No, launch the Kickstarter.
Yeah.
Things like that. So
And it's like, we're not influencers. We're not.
yeah, no one's looking forward to anything we're doing.
Yeah.
I mean, it seems like they do now, which is really cool. But yeah, so it was like, and we didn't ask anyone for help. I asked my uncle for some audio advice because I knew he wouldn't get involved.
Well, shout out to your uncle though, dude. He really gave us a lot of. Okay, as an example, get a little bit technical here. Whenever I edit the audio, and you called me out on it, if I forget on it, parametric equalizer, I think something equalizer, parametric equalizer on. It's on Premiere. He said, drop that into our voice, and it'll make it sound better. I've never asked what it does. I just do it every week, and So just did a shoot for Foot Locker and Foot Action, and I noticed the vocals on the girl was peaking a lot. And
this has nothing to do with the peak.
What is it? Does it add like more bass to our voice?
Okay, so it's an equalizer, and my uncle learned this from some pro, and everyone who listens to him, they're like, "You're not doing anything," and he goes, "You are." So it's there's three values. There's a
third.
There's a frequency.
Yeah.
How many decibels you reduce it by, and the Q. I don't remember what the Q is. Some audio person write in. So what it's doing is you pick the frequency, and it was it 300 kilohertz or 200?
300.
So we're not really saying anything at 300 kilohertz. It's not our voices, but there's some noise there, and you're reducing that noise by 2 decibels. And I don't remember what Q does. So you're cutting out this thing that isn't our voice. So it's letting our voices shine even more. And if you do it by 3, or you change the Q to 3, I don't remember, something like that, it sounds like we're in a box immediately. Yeah. There's a point.
It's -2.
Yeah. So my uncle was saying something like, you don't know what it does, but you know it sounds better.
Yes. So I told Sos to do that, and it made his audio sound better.
Yeah.
From a lavalier mic that he rented.
Yeah. And it's like, all these dumb little things. And we tried to learn noise gating and whatever, but I guess we'll get into that in a second. But yeah. And so here's the other thing. We didn't ask people for advice, and we didn't take classes or watch too many things. I think you watched one video, right?
A few. Yeah. More on the video stuff.
Yeah. Because you want to do video, and we're like, we'll get there.
We did listen to a lot of podcasts.
Yeah. But the process of recording a podcast, the reason we didn't ask anyone for advice or whatever, it is like trivially easy. It's so, this was like nothing. The hardest part is doing it every week.
Yeah.
Like staying on top of it, the whole, like the timeline, the pipeline, like you have to do it every week.
Yeah.
And so, you were talking about what we're inspired by. So, you're mostly kind of funny and a couple other things. So the podcast style and the dumb bits and the segments and whatever, and the music comes from Easy Allies podcast.
Right.
Kyle Bossman, who's not with Easy Allies anymore. They're still cool. He just, went to do his own thing. But they did this from Game Trailers days.
That's crazy.
GT Live or GT TV.
Yeah. Where
they'd say, start corrections music, please. And the song was very similar to this, if not the same at some point. And it's just, what's it? Local Forecast Elevator Edition.
Right.
By Kevin MacLeod. And it's free music as long as you attribute him.
But it's supposed to be like elevator
version of like the silly little song.
Right.
And a lot of people use it, but it's great. But I wanted we did that later on. So we'll get to that too. And so that Kyle Bossman, he's not the host. Just like I'm not the host. We're co-hosts. But he called himself the moderator. And so
I like that.
Someone has to introduce the topics.
Right.
Where I've picked up over time, I'll say, let's talk about this thing. And then you talk first. Right. So there's no hosting. We're co-hosts. And it's like that. Someone just has to push the show forward. Because otherwise you're just I've been on podcasts where you just kind of everyone rambles because there's no like pusher, like
Yeah.
and not that we've done that before because we get
Ramble.
into it. We're friends, and but it's like
No, I know what you mean.
yeah, I wanted that style of like okay, someone's got to push the show. And what's funny is you wrote the first episode,
That's right.
and then you wrote the intro introducing me, and then
when we started recording.
right before I think I
Yeah.
don't think we even started, but you were nervous the day before.
Yeah, and I was just like, I started like
Maybe you did start.
Yeah, we did. We started recording, and I was just like, I can't do this. Like, I literally cannot succumb to myself to start this show, and I don't know why. I don't know. It's the whole me being on camera thing, like recording myself on with my phone or whatever. I just can't. Like as much as I try, I just can't.
And with this camera, you mess around with the camera. You're like facing it most of the time.
Yeah.
And like you're chilling.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know what I used to love public speaking.
Me too, though. That's the weird part.
Oh.
I've always been, I think.
Yeah, and you're a leader at work. And
Yeah. I always give presentations. But for some reason, like starting a conversation in general for me has always been really hard.
And I've noticed you don't like scripted.
Mm-mm.
But you're off the cuff thoughts, and you think about these things all the time. Are great. You've amazing insight, but you're just like, it's funny. It's like it's not that you can't read a script, you don't want to, right? No, not in a bad way.
No,
but
I
it's
know
like,
what you mean.
No, I don't want this scripted because it's not natural, and I script the beginning. So yeah, this whole thing is behind the scenes. I don't think we explained to anyone.
Yeah.
This is just about us. It's self-serving.
Oh, that's true, huh?
But it's the Trammineering Story. So I only script the beginning because we're gonna forget the episode number.
Yeah, and which I don't mind too, because there was like a few episodes where I was just like, man, you sound dumb. Like I just want some kind of structure there, and you started writing, and I was like, and there's been even times when you're like, I wrote that. Like, can you say that kind of thing? Like,
Not like
no. You know what I mean.
I know. I'm just telling them,
Yeah.
right? Because we know. I'm never gonna be. You don't talk like that, which is funny.
No,
Like,
no.
But yeah, it's like, no, I worked on this.
Yeah, yeah.
But that's the thing. It's like we do it for the show, or you're like,
But I didn't read it.
yeah.
So and
But
then
there's a couple times I didn't read it, or I
Yeah.
wrote the wrong thing.
Yeah.
I used the future episodes pun already.
oh, you did?
The plumber.
Oh yeah.
That made no sense, which
Yeah.
I think is why it was funny. But that was for an episode I came up with that day,
yeah.
but didn't.
We haven't done yet.
Yeah, we're gonna do it soon.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, so we do script the beginning just to get the little dumb stuff out, and then the welcome back is always the same. And so yeah, let's back to we're jumping back and forth. So Colin Moriarty, who people don't like him. They think he's like a bad person, but his views aren't. But I figured it out what it was. He's just abrasive. He's actually very like what's the word?
Kind.
He is kind, and he's very like he believes in personal freedom.
Mm-hmm.
Like people say, oh, there's this group of people, and that's wrong, or that's against this thing, and he's like, no, if you're not hurting anyone, do whatever you want. That's what America is. But anyways, but he's rude. He's very blunt, and it's abrasive. And sometimes he'll admit when he's wrong, but sometimes he doesn't get he's wrong right away. So it takes him a second. So you kind of, anyways,
it just doesn't rub some people the right way.
Yeah, and it happens to me too. I'm like, dude, you're wrong here. But the thing is, he knows what he's doing in terms of podcasting.
Yeah, 100%.
So I messaged him. I was like, hey, dude, thanks for all the advice you give on your own show. I started a podcast with my friend, and we totally copied his Sacred Symbols of PlayStation podcast. I'm like, we copied that thing with a Disneyland podcast because people search Disneyland. Dude, we come up because people don't call themselves that. And he was saying last week on his show, like, I noticed people would copy that. And he's like, go ahead. Like, I'm not mad. Like, that's a great thing to do for SEO type things. But I was like, oh, thanks for that. And thanks for always saying, like, hey, no matter what, like, audio quality is number one. And, well, audio quality is number two. Number one, be consistent. Release on the same day at the same time. And there was one week we were late because of Apple, and that was our lowest episode.
Yeah.
Because this is what he said. You open the app on the morning that you expect it to be there. When it's not there, they listen to another podcast. and they might like it more than yours and disappear. I don't think that happened, but they skipped that week. And people are like, well, I'll get to it when I get to it. Even Kev, he was like, hey, where's your show? I'm like, oh, it's
on that specific.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, it should be up now. And then it was like 3:00. I'm like, oh, what'd you think? Because he always listens to it day one. Oh, I forgot. I'm like, see, it wasn't there.
Yep. No, I 100% understand.
So I took a lot of that advice from him, and he was like, oh, yeah, no problem. He responds to everyone.
That's cool.
So that's the other thing.
Yeah.
We respond to every DM. And sometimes, it's just like they'll react and we'll just like it or something like that. But we respond to everyone.
It's good. We want to talk to people.
Yeah. And we had to tell people at some point, we got a lot of messages. It was like, hey, it might take us a couple days, but we will get back to you. And it's the same with him. Sometimes he'll respond right away. Sometimes it's a week, but it's like, he has employees now, but he's like, customer service is me. And even like, we don't have customers, but he's like, if there's a Patreon problem, I respond to it. And it's important because it engages with listeners.
Yeah.
And it's like, we're not, sometimes it happens, but it's like, you can't be friends with everyone, but you can have some sort of good relationship with everyone, right?
Yeah.
And people come hang out with us on a stream once or twice. Well, they hang out with you a lot, and there's that.
But it is in a sense kind of like a friendship, but it's kind of interesting because you know what I'm talking about though, right?
So Colin hated that kind of funny best friends because he's like, it's a little weird.
Yeah.
Because certain people, most people know. A lot of people like, these guys are my friends. Like, we're not. There's like 10,000 of you. Not us. We don't have 10,000. We're not even close. But it's like, you have to be careful.
Right. Yeah. I know what you're saying. But it's like,
we're friendly.
We're very friendly.
And that's what, we did Tram Fam. We have like this community in a way.
Yeah. And it's kind of cool but literally we have made friends.
Yeah.
From the show.
Yeah.
People that just randomly looked us up.
Came out of thin air. And we became like legitimate friends with them. Yeah. Like, oh, we'll be on your show. Disneylanders was here. Like just different people. It's so cool. Disneylanders was because of Kimmy.
Yeah.
She was like, hey, listen to this lo-fi. And then I sent it to you. And then you were just like, hey, man. And then, he showed up to my house. And he's like, oh, you guys are on video? I'm like, you didn't tell him? But he's, he's cool. He has a YouTube channel. So, yeah.
It's been fun though. Like just meeting the different people, seeing the different kind of people in the Disney community that listen to podcasts aren't the kind of people I expected. And I'm not trying to like bunch a kind of group of people, but like, it's all kind of, it's from everywhere. There's no specific kind of people that listen to us.
What I have found though, you see a lot of people who get reposted by other accounts, right? Let's say like a lot of the people like the Cali Bay reposts, and we give him a hard time. Really nice guy, wonderful person. He stays out all the nonsense for the most part. It seems genuine, and this has nothing to do with him. It's that you see a lot of randos from the Disney community because he'll repost. If you're being nice, you just tag him. He's just gonna repost you.
Right,
he's a nice guy.
Right,
and you see those people, and it's. Their Disney life is on Instagram, and obviously a lot of our listeners are too. But it seems like we have like the hardcore fans, not the crazies.
No, I know what you mean.
They're just Disneyland means a lot to them on an emotional level.
It's like it's kind of a bad statement, but like I always mess around with Brandy whenever she's like playing like Animal Crossing or. Because she doesn't really play video games.
Yeah.
And I always call her a real gamer girl. Because it's like, she's not a gamer girl. You know what I mean?
You're talking about the people who say, well, even people who call themselves like, I'm a gamer. Like
exactly. Yeah. Exactly. Where you have to go out and be like, I play video games.
Yeah.
But do you? Do you see what I'm saying?
And it's like, and not like gatekeeping.
No.
It's when it's almost not a poser. But it's like when you have to tell people about the thing.
Yes.
Because I noticed a lot of our fans, they're just like, their usernames are just like their name.
Yeah. And you don't know that they're big Disney fans until you really start following them and looking at their posts and being like, okay, their posts are kind of matching my post.
Yeah.
So
and then he'll show up and we had it so good, but like Lucas. He's in the like paragliding. And it's not paragliding, it's like parachute. I don't know. I don't exactly. He's flying. He's flying in farmland, right?
Right.
But like that's what his whole Instagram is.
Mhm.
And it's just like his name, Lucas. I don't know like how to call people out or not call people out. You know what I mean? I always go back and forth on it because they're real people and they're like being broadcast. But I know your username. But it's like he's just
you wouldn't know that he's in a Disney podcast
if you just clicked on it,
right?
Like, oh, he's into this really cool thing.
Yeah.
But then he writes in with like these really long like emotional posts about Disney.
Mm-hmm.
And I feel like that those are the fans we have.
Yeah.
Or listeners.
Yeah.
I don't like, I don't want an ego.
And even people who aren't that into Disney, but they still appreciate, I don't know if it's because it's us or it's because they actually like enjoy park information. Like I remember Brandy's little cousin, Sarah, I think she might have been the first repost that we had. And she was like, check these guys out. They just started a new podcast or whatever. I don't even know if she still listens, but Kaylee, Brandy's little sister, listens and she likes the parks, but she's not obsessed like we are. She always makes fun of me for everything, for like being into Disney and stuff. But you know what I mean? Like stuff like that. I think that's really cool.
Yeah. But then like, we talk about this a lot. We joke about the news. We're like, oh, people care about this thing. Like, oh, this is like the most non-news, or why did they have a press conference? And it's like, we keep up with the news, and Kimmy sends us a lot of the news, right? But like, that's not what it's about for us. It's always just about being at Disneyland, not buying the things at Disneyland.
Yeah.
Sometimes eating the things at Disneyland, but not like, I would take pictures of things, but I didn't really. I think I have 3 pictures of food on my Disney Park Vibes account. If I took a picture, it was to show people, like, go try this thing.
Right.
Like I would send it to friends and, chronicle my life in a way, but in my own Google Photos. But like, and there's nothing wrong with pictures of food, but it's like, we're not there for that. We're there for the vibes and for the atmosphere. So that's what we always talk about. It's our memories and people.
The fun we have too. Like,
yeah. And, we said this before, the best comment we get is like, I want to hang out with these guys at Disneyland.
Yeah.
Because that's what people say it feels like. Like, oh, it feels like I'm at Disneyland with you. Like, oh, I've never been to Disneyland with you, but sure.
Yeah. It feels like it. And we've not had this thing for a year now.
Yeah.
So
Trammin has only existed while Disneyland has not.
That's insane.
Yeah.
That's insane. But it's been kind of like a we would go to Disneyland a lot. At least once a week, I think, each one of us. Yeah. And if we didn't go once a week, it felt kind of weird. And now we do this once a week. So it's been kind of okay, we're not going to go to Disneyland, but we're going to talk about Disneyland for 2 hours once a week.
Yeah. We can't go to Disneyland on Mondays.
Yeah.
Because we're going to be doing this.
Yeah. It's like our own little therapy session.
Yeah.
About something that we don't have right now.
Yeah. And there's sometimes where we get really down in the dumps about Disneyland and someone's like, man, remember that thing? And, so let's get into some technical stuff a little bit again. Because I feel like we're going to go back.
We'll snake our way around this.
Yeah.
Should we talk about the audio first?
We'll talk about that where it says the lost episode.
Oh, okay.
Right.
All right, cool.
So there was one night, I think before we even started, I was like, not that anyone is ever going to snatch up Trammin.com. Like, I can't sleep until I own this. And I bought it for $12. And then like you started talking about a website. I'm like, dude, I bought the thing. Like, we got it. Like, we could do this whenever we want. And we just redirected it to Buzzsprout. So it's funny.
Yeah, how did you find Buzzsprout? I don't even know.
Okay, so I explained this because I never really had to think about this. A week ago, Kimmy's mom said, hey, how do you start a podcast? Like, what do you do? She's like, my friend wants to talk about some stuff and put it on the internet. And I'm like, well, one, it's really easy. They could just look up how to do it. They don't have to, like, they could do free stuff, whatever. But, there's that thing that people say. I gave her some advice. But I was like, there's that phrase, if the product is free, you are the product. So if a podcast host or what is it? It's a host.
What would the other word be?
No, well, we're hosts.
Right. I guess.
So a podcast hosting site, if you're not paying for it, they're doing something with you. They're collecting your data, they're selling it, whatever.
There are things like that? I didn't even know.
There are free ones.
Really?
Yeah.
I did not know.
And then
this.
there's SoundCloud that's free, but it's kind of trash.
Will it push out to multiple platforms?
It's an RSS link. So you just have to go list it on those platforms.
Oh.
So you
I
can
see.
just go on Apple. Apple doesn't care that we're on Buzzsprout.
Mm.
Apple gets the RSS link that we gave them.
Okay.
And we tell them, this is ours, verify with the email listed on the RSS link. It's like this whole thing.
Yeah.
And it's kind of genius.
Mm-hmm.
And so I was looking around, and a lot of them were like by megabyte. I didn't know how compressed this gets. The file is 1.2 gigabytes, and it gets compressed to 70 megabytes MP3. But if you compress it beforehand, it sounds like trash. You let them compress it. I don't know why. It's one of those things where if it's like, I had this employee. They were like, oh, you're not doing it right. I'm like, yeah, we are. It's like, no, this is how it's
About the
normally
podcast?
done. No.
Oh,
Other
things.
machines, right?
Mm-hmm.
And he's like, this is how other people do it. I'm like, okay, listen. Does it work? Yeah. Does it cost us too much money? No. Is the other thing going to be cheaper? No. Has a customer ever complained about the way we do this? And has it ever broken? And has it ever been a safety issue? If all those answers are no, why would I change it?
Yeah.
If it ain't broke, don't fix it.
Yeah.
So if there's that other thing, if it's stupid, but it works, is it stupid? So we upload a 1 something gigabyte wave and it gets compressed to MP3 and it sounds great. Just leave it there. But anyways, I didn't know about that. And some of the sites, you just don't like them. Buzzsprout seem very friendly.
It is. And it is very friendly.
No one's your friend, but they've seemed pretty nice. And when they got attacked, they were like just explaining to everyone what's going on. We're getting DDoS. Like, it's okay. Your podcast is not hacked. It wasn't hacked. It was just people.
Too many requests.
They're spamming the site.
Yeah.
And so,
by the way, speaking of Facebook groups, I'm on the Buzzsprout Facebook
oh
group.
my God.
Yeah. And it's really nice because there's a lot of people who are like legitimately like starting a podcast. And they're like, hey, I have a question about, X. Can anybody answer? I've gone in there a couple times and I've answered some stuff. Be like, oh, hey, we're on a, we'll talk about the audio stuff, but it's also pretty interesting to see people's listens because it's kind of sad. Like there's a couple people on there who are like, oh, I'm on episode, I've been doing 30 episodes now and I have 30 listens. All right.
Total?
Yeah. We're like 50 listens and it's like, ooh, like you got to figure something out, man. Like,
yeah. And I guess we'll get to listeners too.
Yeah.
So,
but Buzzsprout, I love Buzzsprout.
So the other thing, the reason I picked it, it's based on how many hours you upload,
Mm-hmm.
which is a cool metric.
Yeah.
Because we've had to bump it up multiple times.
Mm-hmm.
Dude, we're on the max tier. I think we're gonna pay an extra $2 this month because we have 2 hours and 29 minutes left, and we're already at 53 minutes.
And is this the last episode this month?
Yeah, unless you wait till after midnight to post.
Oh, I see.
But it'll be like $2 for the extra hour. So who cares, right? But it was based on that, and we've gone over 2 hours this whole month,
Mm-hmm.
and I think it's So it's based off hours, which is cool.
Yeah, it's really
And
neat.
so that's why I picked it. And it was like a nice interface. It was simple. There wasn't much to it, which I like too. And so we went with that.
Makes a website for you.
Yeah, there was that temporary website,
Yeah.
and which we don't use at all anymore.
Mm-hmm.
But so we went with that. And like I've said before, I did this last week and there was nothing. Every time I'm on there looking around like at stats and like settings and whatever, I go to the directories tab. And a podcast directory is a listing. And it's usually the app people use, right?
Yeah.
Overcast, Pocket Cast, iTunes,
Amazon.
Spotify, Amazon, Alexa, TuneIn, all that kind of stuff. And there's always a button, get listed. If the button says get listed, not check your listing or whatever it is, I click it.
You'd be surprised how many there really are. There's a good 25 directories that we're on, right? At least.
If we're not in your podcast app,
Yeah.
you
I don't know what you're using.
You spelled it wrong.
Yeah.
No, we're on there.
Yeah.
That's the thing. If like when Amazon Music launched podcasts, like Buzzsprout had it that day and we listed there.
Yeah.
And the thing is you can go there manually and list it, but Buzzsprout puts them all there for you and they give you instructions.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like, hey, go to Pandora, type this in, click this. It's going to take 3 weeks. Like they know and they tell you that.
That's so nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was a good choice on Buzzsprout.
And, we just lucked out too. Yeah. Like I did research, but what do I know? Who do any of us know,
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, we did that because we don't want to do SoundCloud in that weird, there are no tools on there. It's not for this, but people use it and they put the RSS link out and it works.
So you can upload to SoundCloud and then get published on Spotify, and
You go on Spotify and you say, here's the RSS link.
and SoundCloud provides that.
yeah. And
That's interesting.
And it has like I think a podcast feature, but it's like, it's free. You get what you pay for. And we pay $24 a month now,
Mm-hmm.
but it's also the only monthly fee we have.
Yeah.
Right? We don't, Squarespace we buy all at once, right?
Yeah.
So, so we did that. And, we recorded the first episode on a Zoom H4n.
Yeah. So at work, we had some audio equipment that we use for the video production stuff. And I was like, I think we could record audio into here because there's two XLR inputs on it. I think we might be able to use this. And I was trying to buy some Amazon
You bought USB mics.
USB mic, which I was like, this is good reviews.
They're
I think
like
we could.
$40 each.
Yeah.
And it came with the stand, the pop filter.
Everything. It came with everything.
For $40
Yeah.
each, which is a little sketch. And I
Yeah.
showed my uncle and he's like, okay, I'm going to give you a microphone.
Yeah.
It's the Shure SM58, right? Yeah.
Yes.
And the SM58 is like a bajillion years old. If you not a fan of Michael Jackson, but you've seen him on stage, he's singing into one of these.
Yeah.
The mic is $89. It fluctuates like $3, $4, right?
Yeah.
Sometimes 91, 92. So I got one. And then I'm like, I think I bought something. And then I'm like, could you just buy I was like, you buy the mic, I'll buy this.
Mm-hmm.
We have a spreadsheet and somehow one day it balanced. I don't know how. So, just buy this mic. He's like, oh, dude. Oh, I bought the stands and stuff. Because we needed two stands.
Oh,
XLR,
that's right. That's right.
The pop filters. We used to have pop filters.
Mm-hmm.
And so just buy this thing. Trust me.
And I was like, I don't know. This thing comes with everything. But I was like, I'm glad.
If the mic costs twice as much as the whole setup.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we did that. The first recording's not good.
No.
You haven't fixed the intro.
No, I have not.
Yeah.
I need to. I would like to just completely redo that first episode.
That's not right.
Isn't it?
We could just revisit that topic later.
Yeah.
Like another year from now.
Because to this day, it's still our most popular.
Yeah.
But because it's number one.
Well, sometimes I think, do people start there? But I don't think so. I think there were like 200 something listens the first week. So it just goes up and up and up.
Yeah.
But people go back and listen to it.
Yeah.
The intro's rough. We're a little nervous. The volume was low.
Was it?
That thing was garbage, dude.
Yeah.
That thing's good for putting a field mic on.
Yeah.
But when you have two mics going in and it's like the left and right, you gotta bring them together.
We struggled so much.
It took us like an hour and a half.
Yeah. To even figure it out. I had to go into Audacity, bump up the levels as much as I could because we were so low. Like there was just so many things that I never did audio engineering before. I don't know how to edit audio
And we
really.
did the noise reduction, which
Yeah.
brings down the volume more.
Yep.
But there was that hissing and
Yep. There was a lot of things when that was when I had a 13-inch MacBook. Yeah.
But even then, people are like, besides the volume, like, you guys sound really good.
Which is crazy.
Because
Crazy.
people were recording into earbuds.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
so now we did that one week.
Mm-hmm.
We did that the next week, but we figured something else out.
Yeah. I don't know what we did, but we did something different.
We bumped the gain. And
Oh,
we're like,
that's
we'll,
right.
We'll just take the noise out later.
That's right. That's right.
And the settings were kind
Kind of wonky.
of, yeah, we tried to do it through USB. It wasn't working.
Put some new batteries in there, I think.
Yeah.
I don't know what we did.
Recorded to SD, all that kind of stuff.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And then recorded our third episode, but we bought a Yamaha audio interface that jacked into a computer with USB.
Which everyone recommended. Like
So-
on Amazon and everything, your uncle said.
To this day, only slightly because he's come around to it. My uncle said the audio hardware inside of the Yamaha is slightly better than the Rode.
Really?
However, everything is a manual knob. And you have to record into a computer. There's no screen, there's no settings, there's no
Mhm.
auto whatever, there's no noise gate. You have to
Mhm.
set gain auto like on your own and make sure it sounds good.
Mm-hmm.
So we recorded into that. So we do a test. We've told this story before, but you do a test recording because we're not dummies.
Mm-hmm.
Sounds great. You hit the space bar, right? Start recording again. Record for an hour and a half.
What was that episode?
Reskinned rides.
Was it Reskin Raid? Yeah, it was.
And
It was.
I go to Jack in the Box, RIP Jack in the Box,
R.I.P.
get some tacos, come back, and we record upstairs in my loft, which my dad said I would never use when I bought my house. So you're sitting on the couch downstairs, defeated. And I was like, dude, what happened? Did we not record? Worse. What's worse? It recorded with the webcam microphone on the Mac. I'm like, what?
That is worse.
Yeah.
It is legitimately
Because
worse.
that means the episode exists and there's no saving it and it's garbage. So it's like, so close, right? And so we figured out eventually when you hit stop and start again, the Mac, because Macs just work, right? The Mac changes the input from the audio interface to the default mic. And I guess there is a way to see it, but it was small because we hadn't configured the interface. Because my uncle's like, oh, it's in like the bottom corner. It tells you what input it's using.
I didn't.
When
To
you
this
cue the
day, I
track.
didn't know that.
Yeah. And we were using, was it GarageBand?
It wasn't Audacity.
No.
It was GarageBand. I think it was GarageBand, and I was exporting.
no. PreSonus Studio
That's
One.
right. Yeah, PreSonus.
Which Kev uses.
He still uses?
He used the Pro version.
Oh,
Apparently,
okay.
it's gonna like kill Cubase, but it's
Okay.
not bare bones, but it's missing a few things because they're starting from scratch, building a DAW.
Wow.
It's a digital audio
Workstation.
Yeah.
I don't know.
So
I loved that program. I had never heard of it. You
oh
told
yeah,
me.
you used it till we did video.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. You told me to download it and use it, and it was completely free. I just had to give them my email.
Yeah.
And it was great. It was great.
Yeah, and it was a little like GarageBand's easier or whatever, but then you figured it out.
And then I started learning the shortcuts, and
Yeah.
now I prefer PreSonus. I haven't booted it up, and whew,
Yeah, you don't need it anymore.
I don't need it anymore. Yeah.
So we were like, you know what, man, it was like 9:30.
Mm-hmm.
Like, you know what? It sucks, but let's just skip this one. No one's expecting it really yet. So we skipped it. And that's when the first stimulus came around. But we were going to do this anyway.
Yeah.
I returned that to a musician's friend. And like, we wanted the Rodecaster.
It's the creme de la creme.
Yeah. The interface was $240. The Rodecaster was $600.
Mm-hmm.
But you get what you pay for.
Mm-hmm.
And we didn't want to mess with laptops anymore. Like, we're done. No more computers. We're going to record to an SD card, which is a recording to disk. That's what it's called. And I was like, you know what, dude? Don't worry about it. You paid me for some of it later. I was like, I got the stimulus, and then you bought the camera equipment and all that stuff. So it all, it all balanced out. I'm like, I'm getting this thing. So we returned that, and the nice lady, I don't remember her name.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
Because they get a commission. She's like, I can't give you a discount. I'm like, okay, I'm not threatening you or anything, but I need this by Friday. And if you can't get it to me by Friday, I'm going to have to order on Amazon because they will. And she goes, I'll give you free 2-day shipping, but it's $600 for the thing. I'm like, that's fine. I just need it. I don't care to get like,
Yeah, we were recording on Fridays then, huh?
No, but we need it before the weekend.
That's right.
There's
That's
no
right.
Saturday
We
delivery
used to record
because
on
they're not going to
Sundays.
do Saturday overnight stuff.
Yeah.
So, yeah, we used to record on Sundays. And she was like, yeah, I can get it to you. The shipping will be free. You just have to pay full price for the thing. I'm like, okay, that works for me because that shipping's like $40. And Amazon had no discount. So it all worked out the
It's
same.
pretty much the same
Yeah,
thing.
and I was like, you know what? One, stimulate the economy.
Yeah.
Two, we gave someone a commission. That's a real life person, not Jeff Bezos.
Yeah.
So, and so we got the Rodecaster
Pro.
and yeah, you pop an SD card in there and you hit, it has a noise gate built in. So it gets rid of that, gets rid of like S's and pops and
my Gopher.
yeah. And it
has a nice big green that turns red when you push record button.
yeah, and it's got these wonderful sound pads.
Yeah.
Like it's
amazing.
yeah, and it got a firmware update that made us sound better.
Yeah.
Because all the tools are automatic. So a noise gate gets rid of noise, which is the hush sound, which we use dynamic microphones, so they have noise and need gain, and they're inversely proportional. And could Rain learn how to do that? Sure. However, even my uncle, who does composing whenever, he's like, I use noise gates all the time, and he's edited for a movie before, like his friend's movie. But he's like, you edit one scene at a time. It's like a minute and a half. You throw a noise gate on there, you listen to it. It sounds good. You throw a noise gate on 2 hours, if we just start getting louder at some point, you have to listen to the whole thing. And if it's wrong, you have to like cut and change it.
Yeah.
And this just does it on the fly. Is it perfect? No. Only we notice.
Only you notice,
Yeah.
to tell you the truth. Because even times like when I forget to do something, I forget to denoise, I forget to do some kind of effect that we do.
Normalization.
You'll be like, hey, something's off. And I'll be like, 100% right.
Yeah.
Yep, I forgot to do that.
RJ said I sound different. I said I don't like kiss the mic anymore. Maybe it's because I turned levels up, but
Oh, now you sound different?
yeah, I don't know if he said worse, but I think we're fine.
Yeah.
But yeah, he just mentioned that like a week ago. But so yeah, it's like the greatest tool. However, I'm never gonna tell someone buy this thing if you're starting out.
No, I would.
No, if they're not sure,
Oh, I see what
they're
you're saying.
dipping their feet in.
Yeah.
I'm gonna say buy a decent microphone and start there.
Yeah, don't buy those little tiny mics that you plug into your phone. Have you seen those?
Oh no, that's bad.
Yeah. Don't get those.
Yeah, and you know I tell people like at least get like a Blue Yeti, like
Yeah.
$50,
Yeah,
because the mic is USB, but it's a decent mic.
it's a decent USB.
Yeah, it's not like this. You can't plug it into USB. It's just there's no power going to this.
If you're gonna get USB, I highly recommend that the Rode, whatever it's called, the God, I'm gonna Echo something.
Huh, yeah.
It's whatever I use for streaming.
Oh, I thought it was an Elgato.
Oh, sorry, Elgato.
Yeah,
No, Elgato Soundwave.
yeah, it's not
Yeah.
bad.
I love that mic. I
Yeah.
love that mic. You do need the pop filter because then otherwise you can hear the.
Do you have a pop filter?
Mhm.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, you can hear the. You can hear the.
Did you
breathing.
buy a pop filter?
For that specifically? Yeah,
I have two of them,
it's a specific one for the Rode. I mean,
and it
for
just works perfect
the Elgato.
Yeah, okay.
It like clips in.
Oh yeah, it's worth it.
Yeah.
So yeah,
If not, get this mic. This is an amazing
yeah,
mic.
you just need an audio interface, and so like it's got to plug into an amplifier.
Yeah.
So the other thing we did though is we had this for a long time, and then we're like, let's up our game a little bit,
Mm-hmm.
and we bought FET heads.
Yeah.
So if you've heard of the term cloud lifter, it's a preamp. It amplifies before it hits the interface. So
That's essentially bumping up our gain, right?
it gives you more gain and doesn't add any noise.
Got
So
it.
we had to turn our gain down by half.
Mm-hmm.
There's no noise.
Yeah,
And they're-
that's awesome.
Each one was $90. It cost as much as the microphone.
Yeah.
But you clip it on and it works just fine.
And I like the way that these look a lot more than the blue box cloud lifters.
So the thing with cloud lifter, there's a rack one that has like 6 or 8 things.
Mm-hmm.
Other than that, it's like 2.
Yeah.
So if we had 8 microphones, these are more expensive than a cloud lifter because it's not 800.
Got it. I see
Because
what you're
each
saying.
one of these is 100. But for 2 or even 3, it's perfect.
Yeah.
And there's no extra hardware flying around the desk.
It just kind of like looks like it's part of the mic.
Yeah. And, you know, so we just did like little improvements over time. And we always had like a sheet on the table because you want to like minimize vibrations. That's why we have like
Mhm.
these heavy stands
Mm-hmm.
because you can't really hear it. If I do this, you can.
Yeah.
But, you know, who's doing that? And so,
We used to be like really strict with the mics. Like we wouldn't touch anything on the table. We would just kind of like lean into it a little bit. Now we can move the mic as long as like,
well, we got rid of the pop filter and put the windscreen on.
yeah.
And because it's just, it works better for us.
Yeah.
And yeah, we used to not do the AC.
Yeah.
And then we started dying. And I was like,
And
okay,
during the
you know
summer.
what? Only I'm hearing it.
Mhm.
It did add a little bit of noise, but no one notices.
No.
But anyways, that's what we were saying earlier was like, besides honestly, they are equal. You need to release consistently and you need to sound good.
Mm-hmm.
And it sucks to say, I know it costs money, but if it's something you love, spend a little money on it.
Yeah.
And the thing is, you can have the greatest podcast in the world. If it hurts to listen to,
Yeah.
no, they're going to shut it off.
I know you don't. I think you're the one who doesn't like him. Jared Petty. Okay. Formerly of IGN.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. He has the top 100 greatest games of all time, video games of all time podcast. He's just doing 100 episodes. A bunch of people from the industry talking about their favorite games and where they would rank a specific game for that number. Really interesting podcast. He uses earbuds and Zoom. So it
He
sounds.
doesn't have a mic.
No.
Why?
I don't know. I really don't know.
That's so terrible.
Isn't it? So he might, in all honesty, he might have a mic. It's just he's on something that makes him sound
Okay. If he,
really bad.
okay. So the thing is, he might be recording into the Zoom.
I have a feeling that
Zoom does that like that. that like robotic sound. It
Yeah.
kills you.
Yeah.
And yeah, that was my bad with the weird computer thing, because
Mhm.
we could have recorded into here and just synced it. But that's why people use like Riverside.
Yeah.
Riverside, you record locally.
Oh,
And
you do?
You record locally, and I think it records a backup.
Mm.
And then at the end, it uploads them all to
Mm.
one thing, and then you can the editor can download them all. So it's got all the separate tracks. So everyone is recording into their own interface,
Right.
and then putting it together, and you all clap sync, like you do 3, 2, 1, and everyone does it, and you can sync each one.
Okay, that's cool.
Yeah. So if we did like remote again, we would sync. Like, actually, we should do it for the guest.
Yeah.
Like, they'll clap, and we have their separate track,
Mhm.
and you sync their track and our tracks, and you sync the 3 claps together too,
Yeah.
for the timing of our voices back
We're
and
gonna
forth.
have to do some practicing.
Yeah.
For sure.
But anyways, yeah, audio quality is super important.
It is.
And I've had a friend, Andrew Yanez, who was like, I don't like Disneyland much, but I caught a couple of your episodes just for fun, because like, you know, you're my friend. And he's like, your audio game, perfect.
Wow. Really?
Yeah.
Nice.
And perfect, no. But
Mhm.
like for sitting down, hitting record,
Sounds pretty good.
Yeah.
It sounds pretty good. And you know what? I don't know what it is. I don't know if it's YouTube compression, but we sound so much better on the podcast apps than on
Uh.
YouTube. I don't like the way we sound on YouTube.
so Buzzsprout
Mhm.
processes the audio, and then the other ones all use the same MP3 file.
Mm.
YouTube processes all on its own.
Mm.
Yeah.
Okay.
And I wonder if our audio is so big that like when it's compressing so much, it's lossy. Where Buzzsprout is not lossless compression, it's MP3, it's lossy. But their compression algorithm or whatever, or their processing is just better.
Yeah, just YouTube compression though. Like
It always is. It's always crap.
you saw the MKBHD video where he uploaded the same video. Like
Yeah, but it downloads in 720.
yeah,
So there is that. But yeah, he turned into a pink blob, right?
yeah.
Yeah. So anyways, a typical recording day.
They've changed over time.
They used to just be when it was Sundays,
Mm-hmm.
right?
Sunday mornings too. At one point.
Yeah, and it was like around 10, 11, it was 1, and then it
Yeah.
was around 11, and if you had something to do, it was like 9,
Mm-hmm.
and then if it was like, I want this Sunday, I'm coming at 1:30, it's like, okay. So that would just fluctuate, and then I got busy on Sundays, but then you were cherishing your Sunday mornings more and more.
Yeah,
I don't know what it was. Maybe you just started playing games in the morning. It was Persona, really.
I think so. I think so.
And
Which I need to finish.
yeah, and I was like, I noticed we'll lump this in here. You wanted video from the start.
Yeah.
But you didn't push video from the start, because even you knew it's like, oh
It's
God,
work.
it's a lot of work.
Yeah,
And a lot of work for you.
Yeah. Well, yeah. Whenever I watch, oh, there it is. I watch podcasts.
Yeah.
Yeah. Even if it's just people talking like we
Yeah,
do with
we're
the camera.
sitting at a desk. I'm not even looking at the camera most of the time.
Yeah.
I'm looking at you.
Even if it's just that, I need some kind of visual behind it. I don't know why.
I was like that with Easy Allies.
Were you?
It depends on who it is,
Mm-hmm.
you know?
Yeah.
Like
Like
they had a set, not a set, but it was like they would sit in someone's garage. It's like this charming. Like we built a set, you know?
yeah, like kind of funny as a set.
Yeah.
And I liked that because they were there talking to each other. Now I still watch a video, but they do Discord calls, and it looks really nice. And they have a lot of visuals a lot of the times.
It's not the same though.
Yeah, it's not the same. Not the same. I think they do a probably the best though that I've seen when it comes to like Discord or anything like that. But like Colin Moriarty, like his
Yeah.
knockback that I've been recently binging, I just listen to audio and I prefer the audio. I've tried doing video.
Huh.
And I don't
haven't
know-
seen Knockback on video.
You haven't?
Uh-uh.
Like I saw his brother Dagan, who's like also, one of the co-hosts, and I don't like looking at him when he talks. I don't know what it is.
I got to see that.
Colin's from Kind of Funny, so I saw a lot of his Kind of Funny video. So I'm used to seeing him.
Yeah.
But his brother, yeah, it's weird. I don't know. Like for us, like I think it was just last week, I started listening to the last episode. I'm like, okay, sometimes I like listening to it just to be like, okay, I should fix this in post or do all these different tweaks to it. The audio sounded good. Like I was really impressed. Like I put it in the car, was listening to it, and I was like, oh, okay. I'm starting to. I mean, we both are. I feel like starting to sound like podcasters,
Yeah.
which is That's awesome. Like, it takes a little while, which is why, like you were saying, episode 1, hello, welcome to
The
Tram.
hello there has always been there.
It's sorry, hello there, welcome to Tram.
Yeah.
Yeah, but now it's like we're a little more animated, we're more comfortable.
I even noticed DCA 1.0. If you go look at the reels right before then, even the promos, it was hello there. This is a brand new episode of Trammin, a Disneyland podcast, but the hello there was muted. And now, even on the, I'm like, wait, why don't I do that in the show? And it's hello there. Like, it's like, because we're excited. You know? We've always been excited, but you evolve over time.
You have to, when you do audio, when you do recording like this, and you do video, you kind of have to exaggerate a little bit.
Yeah, I remember my mom called once and I was trying to have a conversation. Like, sorry, I'm using my podcast voice. Like, and I sound like this, but it's like that, the dumb, like, you're acting a little bit.
Yeah. Brandy gets mad at me.
Why?
She's like, oh, I hate your podcast voice. I hate when you talk like that.
But you do talk like this.
Yeah.
Your voice is more like you than mine is.
You think so?
I do my inflection changes. Like I exaggerate certain things more, but on purpose.
Yeah, I do. Like, I have thought about taking like a radio class or something for voice. I had one of my teachers from Mount Sac. His name's PJ Butta. PJ Butta in the mornings, 93.5. So he has been a radio host now for like 20 years. And he taught an intro to broadcasting class, which is what I took from him. And we got really close, and like I did some video stuff for him back when I was like really trying to be into video. And his main class that he taught though was finding your radio voice. So we started doing this when COVID hit, so it's been a little bit different.
Yeah.
But I'm thinking of like, in a few months when classes start coming back around, I might be like, hey, PJ, like I'll message him or text him, be like, hey, when are you going to do your intro to radio or like radio voice class? I would like to take it, because just like I notice a lot of the times when I'm talking, I don't pronounce something right, or I'm not clear when I'm speaking. So like little stupid things like that, I want to fix. But it's like becoming more advanced podcasting techniques and stuff now, like, which I'm sure people learn over time. But I would like somebody to be like, okay, somebody who's been on the radio for that long, be like, you need to change this, and this.
And like, I've noticed the so's, the ums, but like if you change them, you'll come up with other ones.
Right.
So there's no point in that. But I used to love public speaking. I ran a club. Every week I'd get up and talk. And there was a while we couldn't find guest speakers. So I would have to come up with some business topic, operations, and give a speech basically.
Every week?
Yeah. And I made people cry once. I don't know how that happened. I'm not even tooting my own horn. They're like, dude, that was really great. I'm like, what? No, I didn't try.
What was the topic?
I just told people. It was kind of motivational by accident. I was like, when people worry too much, I'm like, no, you guys got this. You're smarter than anyone you know. Like, you just get out there. So like, you could sell yourself, and like, I don't know. People were really into it.
That's cool.
But like, the point I'm making, that was a complete accident. I don't know how to write a motivational speech. I don't. I really don't. I was just talking like, it's because when people are down in the dumps, I don't tell them feel better. It's like, you tell them like, no, this is who you are. Like, you are better. You just don't think you are, you know? And so, but anyways, I would have to do that speech thing all the time.
So I'm sure that helps.
So I got used to like, you got to talk a certain way. And the other thing I noticed, I learned this in college. I have a very monotone voice when I talk normally. Not so much anymore because I picked up on it. Where I use my hands a lot now. I like lean.
Yeah.
And
more animated.
Yeah, and my volume goes up and down because I can't change my tone too much. However, now that's how my natural voice kind of is, because I got used to doing it. So it's not fake or anything, but I play it up for the show.
Yeah.
And
like I was saying, a little bit of exaggeration.
Yeah, and I got inspired, a lot of like the mannerisms, like definitely from Kyle Bossman. Just naturally. I don't try to copy him or anything. But then I did not notice, one week, I was just like not feeling well, right? I think I was like sick that week or something. And
on the show, you're saying?
In general, yeah.
Oh, okay.
And before I recorded, Kimmy and I talk about the show a lot, right? Because I always tell her, she had this idea, that idea. But she was like, she had told me later on, after we recorded, she was like, oh, I was really worried. Like, oh no, like, is he gonna be able to do the show? Like, he's not feeling well, whatever. And then she's like, she told me, she's like, oh, you just like turn it on for the show. I'm like, yeah, we both kind of do. Because you're like, man, I had this terrible day at work, whatever, you come on and it's like, our big thunder topic of the week is, and you know, we just.
It tunes everything out.
Yeah, it's like we're doing the show. Even if stuff from life comes up, it's like, yeah, it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
We're recording now.
I think I've said before on the show where it's like, one of the reasons why, and you don't, but I love going to the movies, is I get to turn off my phone for like 2 hours, 3 hours, whatever. And I can. Like, I mean, you know, most of the time it's still on, in all honesty, these days. But I put my phone away and I focus on something.
Yeah, and like I'm checking the AC right now.
Yeah.
Or like you'll see a text, but you don't feel compelled to reply.
Right.
You're just like, oh, that's not important or whatever, right?
Right, right.
So
I think this is the only time every week that I put on my do not disturb.
I put it on my sleep.
Oh, I see. I don't even do that.
Huh.
But I like that disconnection.
Yeah.
I feel like Disneyland did that for me a bit, where it feels like I'm at Disneyland. Unless I'm in line for something, I wasn't on my phone. Which is unfortunate now because that's why I don't have that many pictures.
Yeah.
So it's like we're posting about all these things from something that you have an archive of and I don't have much. But I really like the disconnection portion of all this. Like I don't check my phone for 2 hours. It's really nice.
Yeah. Well, you can check your phone now. I need to go to the bathroom. Welcome back, everyone. What we should have done was, this tram has come to an unscheduled stop. Please remain seated with the doors closed until the tram,
Whatever,
and we will get, resume shortly or whatever.
Yeah.
But anyways,
maybe I should get that guy to do that for us.
That's got to be Trammin Plus.
Yeah.
This tram has come to an unscheduled stop.
Like that.
Welcome to Trammin Plus from Trammin, a Disneyland. I don't know, something like that.
Yeah, that's good.
But yeah, we got to do a Trammin Plus. We never did the Mando.
Mando's so far
I was
away
going to
now.
call it Mando Vision.
Oh, maybe a WandaVision one? I don't know.
I wanted to do it. I forgot to say it. And now like this week is full.
Yeah.
Like there's no time.
Yeah.
Anyways, what were we talking about?
Typical recording day.
Yeah, we're done
started
with YouTube. We're gonna come back to that.
Yeah.
Oh, no, let's come back to video. Let's do video, and then because we can talk about the evolution of our.
Oh, I see. I see what
recording
you're saying.
day.
Yeah.
All right. Behind the scenes during the behind the scenes episode. So you had wanted to do video from the beginning, but it was like,
Right.
we can't. Like
Right.
you even said that, right? And
Yeah.
and I told you when you're ready. I said you're gonna edit this, and you said, "Yeah, I love editing." I go, "Okay, so it's no skin off my back." Yeah, if we had to buy something, like we figured out the finances, but if we had to, yeah, it's our podcast. I'll give money, whatever.
Mhm.
But I don't want to do more.
Mhm.
Be like, no, I want to do more. Okay, all I have to do is like,
Say cool.
keep clean,
Yeah.
like which I do. So
The first thing when it comes to video, though, of course, we got the equipment. We got a, I guess I can just, read it off real quick. We have a Sony a6400. The reason why I got that was because I got a Canon the mirrorless Canon, whatever it's called, Mark III originally. And I realized there's such thing as recording limits on cameras.
do you know why?
It's a European law, right?
It's has to do with VAT, value added tax in England.
If it's a camera, it's a camera. If it's a camcorder, it's a camcorder.
Yeah, and there's higher tax on camcorders.
Yeah. So because of that, a lot of traditional DSLRs, your whatever it is, T7Is now, your Canons, a lot of them have a 29 minute and 59 second, I think, record limit.
And what's funny is they're sold as vlogging cameras.
Yeah.
Vlogs don't go longer than like 6 minutes,
Right. Which and if they do, they're edited together.
Yeah.
But podcasts, on the other hand, go for a long time.
And you were gonna edit at first,
Yeah.
and then I was like, no, just line up the audio,
Mm-hmm.
and it's raw.
I even wanted multiple cameras where we can do.
Yeah, I remember the multiple cameras.
Yeah, that's a lot of work. Unless you have a person doing it as the show's going in OBS or like
so
with a controller, it's gonna be way too much work.
Easy Allies does that, and I assume
Mm-hmm.
if the editor watches the whole thing,
Mm-hmm.
oh, you know what, this was a bad thing, or we should have switched to the camera earlier. They can literally just move it on the timeline,
Right?
Because they're watching like, oh, stretch this and
Right.
like move this back. So, but we don't have that,
Yeah.
and it's too much. And plus, like, so yeah, we'll talk about the move to YouTube now. So, or not move, the addition. So there was some point where we're like, you know what, we got this down. We can edit every week.
It's because I personally, I always feel like I want something more.
You get the itch.
I get the itch. Yeah.
So what it came down to was we got into a workflow. You would edit on this day at this time. I would do the art, the artwork. Yeah.
Yeah.
And then I was writing the episodes, so I'd have it ready. So we have a way that we do this.
Yeah.
Now that we've nailed this, and it's not perfect, but any improvement is a tweak at that point, we could do something new. And you said, I want episode 20 to officially air on YouTube. But we'll put up some test episodes that you can go watch now. We put a thumbnail on it. And
Yeah, which I think one is too high. One's like,
the angle's weird.
Yeah.
I look large in one of them. Like I'm like hunched, and it's just like, or like you could see not our lap, but like our waist.
Yeah.
Which is like,
You don't.
it's not even a vanity thing. It's like, it's just, no, we'd rather see a table. We're like scooted in more. And
and we had to like dress up the set.
yeah, so this is like I don't know, one of those IKEA shelves. It's just, we were going to do shelves and shelves. And then we realized like, oh, we want to zoom in all the way. One, because of the lights.
Yeah.
And two, it's like, you got to fill the frame with just us.
Yeah.
One shelf, a fake picture frame with a light. And we could see some of the sound foam that I keep saying I'm going to move.
Yeah. I mean, it still looks good.
I have an idea, but I'll talk to you after this.
Okay. But we
change the dumb little toys every now and then. That's our paver.
Yeah, which it was like $20 on Disney.com, which is great.
Yeah, so we got like, some Keyblade stuff. We got a little tram from Walt Disney World. Shout out to Tron. Kimmy got me this thing for Christmas, but it's ours now. The placard.
Got some Nendroids that I have, some Mickey Nendroids.
It's the coolest thing.
Yeah, the quality on the Nendroids, which are from Japan, look so good.
One Funko Pop.
Yeah.
Disney Infinity toys.
Yeah.
Lego.
Yeah, the tree Deanna goddess.
Yeah, these were from Christmas, but it's like, no, we're going to leave them here,
Yeah.
So.
The identity disc. That's a shout out to Waffle Press when we did the Tron episode.
Oh, yeah. We did a collab.
Yeah.
But yeah, so you're like, I'm going to get these lights. I'm like, are they LEDs? Because I don't want to get even hotter.
Yeah.
Like, yeah. And so you got.
And they're so cheap now. And they're so.
Dude, they're better than those dumb umbrella lights.
Yeah.
They're actually better than those.
Yeah.
I think.
I think so.
Yeah.
I think we're pretty evenly lit. There's only a little bit of shadowing behind over here.
That would just require more lights.
Yeah.
Or actually, you put a big one back there with a huge diffuser.
Yeah.
But, but Sos helped us.
Yeah.
Shout out to Sos. He came over and recorded
a whole episode.
Yeah, he was like, oh, we're here.
Yeah.
And
He was a pass holder at one point, but just never rode the rides.
Yeah. So that was Disneyland Without Rides. That was episode
19?
No, I think it was
17? Oh, yeah. It took us a few weeks.
And then 18 was Pirates. And that was the second one on video. And we changed something. 19 was, I don't know what it was.
Yeah.
But then we did Pixar Fest as our like debut on YouTube, and a lot of people watched. And then YouTube dropped, but now YouTube's doing similar first week numbers. We're getting, or like the first week numbers that we would get is like 70 on audio, and now we get like every YouTube video is like 70 to 80 views. We're just like, oh, okay. We started at like 40.
Yeah.
And it was 40 for a while, and then it jumped. So
I remember being in my office, and my little cousins, Michelle and Michael, they both work with me. And Michael's like, he's an interesting guy. He's like he's 20 now, and he had the curly hair back then. Like he was doing everything the cool kids are doing, nowadays. And so he's all into YouTube. He's all into Twitch and everything. He plays Call of Duty and stuff. So I was like, hey, Michael, help me with a thumbnail.
Oh.
And
thumbnails.
Yeah. And he's like, all right, what do you got? And I showed it to him, and he's like, all right. He's like, you guys need to be bigger. You need to have more color. Like he was like trying to make, he's like, you got to make it look as gimmicky as possible.
Yeah. With the white outline.
Yeah. And he's like,
the dumb faces.
Exactly. But the first one, if you look, we didn't take a picture. It was from a screenshot from the video. And
yeah, you sent me like 10 frames. I'm like, okay, that's a good one.
Yeah. And I think I was just laughing and you were just smiling.
Yeah.
It was very, I don't know.
Candid.
Yeah. And now it's evolved to the point where it's like, the ridiculousness is off the charts.
We used to have the idea at first and pose for it with their hands, whatever. Now it's like make a bunch of dumb faces, and we have a vague idea, and then you just cut our heads out and put it onto things, and you get better every week.
And it's always like, but the cut gets deeper every week. I feel.
Yeah, what was last week?
Tomorrowland, you were Hugh Laurie and I was George Clooney.
And you were a random picture of George Clooney. It wasn't even George Clooney's
It was from
character.
Tomorrowland.
Oh, it was?
It was.
It was? Oh,
It was
okay.
where he's looking back like this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He has a leather jacket in the movie?
I guess so. It was from the box art of the back of the cover.
Interesting.
Yeah, but it was in the movie.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then...
And you were talking about House and Hugh Laurie, so I was like... And it was
Coach Ted.
mostly your idea, the new Tomorrowland.
Yeah.
All your idea. So I was like, he kind of had a new Tomorrowland that he created. I don't know.
Yeah, and...
It's just it gets deeper and deeper every week.
Yeah, the Mr. Toad one was... My chin is like... It's... You turn yourself into a nutcracker, the Pixar lamp, like, it's whatever. But the thing is, it's like, people who want to listen aren't going to not watch it because of the thumbnail.
Yeah.
But you get the new people who are like, oh, look, faces. And we checked our Instagram likes. If there are people in there, they're the top posts.
Yeah.
Because there is the most recent ones were We Had It So Good Downtown Disney. Like, We Had It So 2020. That's our number one liked one. And there's a picture of me and Kimmy, which is like more recent than that and has a second number of likes.
It's the faces.
It's the face. Like, oh, humans. Like,
Yeah.
you know? And
I don't know what it is.
And, you know, the
Like natural instinct?
the number one is me, you, and Kev dimly lit. Like, you can't really see our face, but it's like, oh, God, it's people.
Yeah.
You know? And so, and I guess people see pictures of Disneyland all day and it's like, oh, look, it's them.
Yeah.
And
Them at Disneyland.
yeah.
So that's why, like, this weekend for Touch of Disney, we have to take some pictures.
Group pictures, dude.
Yeah.
Like, whoa.
That's crazy.
Yeah. So we did the fun thumbnails, and you know, when we moved to video, it was like, oh, we have a camera on us, but it didn't really affect us.
No.
After we got the first couple tests out of it, it was like, okay, it's just there. And
No.
what do we say? We buy things when something gets messed up. So what got messed up? The out of focus episode.
Oh, that's right.
Because we decided to manually focus on our faces,
Yes.
and get the infinite focus, which is not really possible with a high f-stop or something. Or low, I don't know, wide aperture.
Because we were using a little itty bitty viewfinder
Yeah.
that comes with the camera.
Which is a good one if you're vlogging at arm's length.
Right.
Amazing. Because a lot of them don't flip up.
Right. And then I started using my phone a bit, and it was just becoming more of a hassle. So I ended up just getting a monitor on top of the camera,
Yeah.
which great. I mean, it's $100 monitor.
Yeah. And it
Works
used to
fantastic.
flip down max, and then we
Yeah.
fix it. But yeah, and we slowly buy equipment. We changed the tripod
Yeah.
because the other one kept moving all the time.
Yeah. But I feel like most of the stuff, not that it's timeless, but it will last a while. And it's not like we don't use it. We actually use it. Oh, and shout out to the headphones.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
My life's dream to get these dumb Sony monitors that
Yeah.
people still use.
Bradley Cooper used it in Guardians of the Galaxy when he was recording for Rocket Raccoon.
They all voice actors. Because they're not fancy. They sound the way you sound.
Mm-hmm.
They're monitors. They're to monitor the sound. They're not supposed to sound good. They're not good for listening.
No.
Like, there's no bass in them, things like that.
Not good for music.
But they're extremely accurate.
Mm-hmm.
So in a
I
way,
love
they
these.
are good for music.
Yeah. And they're comfy.
Yeah, I don't get headaches from them. I don't think
Mm-hmm.
they don't hurt my jaw.
Mm-hmm.
I know a lot of, like, when they clamp too hard,
Yeah.
the PlayStation ones, that kind of thing. But yeah, so now that we're on video, a typical recording day. So
We have changed to Mondays,
we've changed to Mondays.
which I love.
Yeah,
I absolutely love.
Monday is definitely dead after. Like,
What do you mean?
you leave, it's like, you leave, I shower and I go to sleep. You go home, you do a couple things, you don't edit.
I sometimes.
Sometimes.
And I've been streaming.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But like, you go stream and you're out, right? It's
Yeah.
like, you're not going somewhere after.
Oh, no.
Like,
No. It's the end of the day.
yeah, which is interesting. But it's also like, who cares about Mondays?
Yeah.
Because if Mondays are off, we can, one, just record another day.
Mm-hmm.
Two, record in the morning. And if a Monday is off, like from work, we're not going to Disneyland because everyone else is off.
Yeah.
Like when Disneyland's back.
Yeah.
Anyways, yeah, it worked out. And we moved to Wednesdays.
I like the Wednesday.
So the reason I want to talk about this after YouTube, not that we're not chasing the numbers.
Mm-hmm.
Numbers are nice though. And we just want to reach people. And I'm going to say it again. We will not monetize the core product, which is the audio podcast.
Yeah.
The audio, we can't control YouTube because they can inject ads without telling us and not paying us.
Do they?
I think they decided not to.
Yeah.
But anyways, there won't be ads in the audio show for sure, and probably not YouTube.
Mm-hmm.
But if they show up, that's not our fault. But in audio, they will not.
Yeah.
But, you know, if you're streaming and Twitch gives you money, what do I care? That has nothing to do with the podcast. That's an extra thing. People want to buy merch. Again, I found a thing we might go with when we do it.
Oh, really?
They're on demand and they're made in USA. So we're not going to make much money off it.
Yeah.
And they're going to cost something, but they will be good quality and it'll be American.
Nice.
That's the thing. We always talk crap. We say vote with your wallet.
Yeah.
I don't want little, like, literal child slaves making our t-shirts. You know what I mean?
We both run American manufacturing facilities.
Yeah.
So it's a thing. I mean, minus the pins that I got.
Yeah.
Everything else has been.
Your pins were like 2 people making.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
And the other thing is, like, there's certain things you can't get here.
Mm-hmm.
Like the pins we can get here are they're like the printed ones. They're not the full. Anyways, we're going to do our best. And we're not selling them,
Mm-hmm.
right? We just bought them because we wanted some pins.
I'm a real big pin collector.
Yeah.
So-
and we're going to try to give them all away.
Yeah.
It's just hard to mail them because we found out shipping is very expensive.
It's ridiculous.
We did the free masks. Remember that?
Yeah.
That was a big deal.
Yeah.
Now we got stickers. You know what? If you want stickers, we got to order more this week. We got to order some junk.
The hollow stickers.
Yeah. But if you want stickers, you didn't get one. We don't have the OG art anymore. We have tram stickers. It's the front tram. We have quite a few left.
Mm-hmm.
If you want one, let me know. It'll cost me a stamp. It won't cost you a stamp. So don't worry about it.
I have some really small ones that were both trams, but they were just cut poorly.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. I found them in my office the other day.
We could throw those in because we're not going to charge for the stickers.
No.
If we did have like 5 to 10 different stickers
Mm-hmm.
and we had an on-demand shop,
Mm-hmm.
you could sell a sticker pack for $5.
Yeah.
But we have them in our hands. We'll just mail them to you.
Yeah. I really liked the mask thing. That was cool.
That was a cool undertaking. We learned valuable lessons.
Yeah. And I made 50 and I have one left.
Huh.
That I haven't used. I think I used 2 or 3.
Yeah.
myself.
They get hot.
Yeah. I'm used to them now.
I'm kind of used to it. Depends on the day.
Really?
Yeah.
Like I mainly use my work mask now as my go-to.
Huh.
But I'm thinking masks aren't going to be that relevant.
Yeah, we're not going to do them again.
Probably for the next. We'll probably be wearing masks till the end of the year, I would say.
Yeah.
And then after that, I don't think it's going to be that big of a deal anymore. But yeah, I don't think we're going to do them again.
Yeah.
This last one I sent out was to Spokesbusters.
Oh, yeah.
He was coming on the stream a lot. Like I was like, hey.
Yeah.
So I remember having an extra mask. I was like, I'll send it out. Sent him a couple stickers too. So it was cool. And a pin. I sent him a pin.
Yeah.
It was bundled in there.
Yeah, I got to go see what's up with Sticker Mule. We'll order another thing. Maybe if it's still up tomorrow, we'll order that.
It's up for the rest of the week.
They're doing multiple deals this week.
Oh, that's what it
Do
is.
the deals expire in 24? Are they stacking?
I don't know.
I got to see.
That's a good point. I thought it was just okay. Yeah,
Shout out to Anissa's dad, Charlie.
Mm-hmm.
He posted a keychain for his company Sightbox, and I just replied, Sticker Mule? Yep. I go, every 2 weeks, I end up with 50 of something I don't need. And he goes, those stupid deals, man.
They're so good.
Yeah, they're so good.
They're so good.
And so,
American made too.
yeah, that's cool.
Really cool.
So, anyways, yeah, YouTube. So we moved to Wednesdays. Audio is doing great. A lot of people release things on Tuesdays.
Mm-hmm.
And so, a couple things. One, we get more listeners. Two, if you listen to a lot of things, now you have more room. Like, we want to respect your time, even though we go on very long. But it's like, oh, now you don't have to decide between things.
Yeah.
Because,
Wednesdays.
there's some good podcasts out there.
There are.
So now you have a little extra time listening to us, and we have some time to edit, record, and,
It's very relaxed.
yeah.
And I think I told you last week, Mondays are horrible. They're that,
Okay. Go ahead. Sorry.
people always say you have a case of the Mondays, blah, blah, blah. It's just not something to look forward to. And I look forward to recording the podcast every week. So it's something nice to do after work.
Yeah. So I hate Tuesdays more.
You do.
Monday morning, after you wake up, when you get into work, you have some hope.
I have no hope.
Oh, I have hope. I have some hope. By the end of Monday or by Tuesday, there's no hope. You're like, you know what? This wasn't the week. I thought it was going to be a good week. It's not.
Yeah.
But yeah, we have like something to do. It's cool. And then it's like it's done. Then the rest of the week we're chilling. We have the episode coming out. It's exciting. And, you know, Sundays. And the other thing with Sundays, it was different every time. Yeah, Monday, it depends on when you get off work. But it's like then it's the end of the day. There's no way we're planning anything after or before with anyone else.
Yeah.
So it's like, this is just for Trammin. Sunday is like, oh, my parents want to have dinner early, right?
Yeah.
Or like, oh, I got to be here, or I got to pick this thing up, or whatever. So yeah, it worked out. Now,
and honestly, like I thought I was like, I got to fight with the traffic coming over here. And it's not really, there's not really any traffic coming over here because I'm only on the freeway for like 2 exits and then I get off Hacienda and I go.
Yeah, no one's on Hacienda. Okay, so the upload day. When we say we're going to get everything done, no, Tuesdays.
Oh, upload. Oh,
yeah, upload
I mean,
day.
Sometimes Wednesday. A lot of the times Wednesday, actually.
Oh, in the middle of the night?
Yeah.
Yeah, we're like, we're going to get everything done. And then it's like 2:30. Oh, dude, I have to give you the art. Because like you have to edit you have to export the video with the art.
Yeah.
You clip it first.
So sometimes like I'll be just waiting for the art and then I just don't go back to it. And now I've been working off of my external. So I can, like, let's say you give me the art at my work, plug in my external, go to Premiere, export real quick, and just let it run. So it's like, yeah, but so I wait for the art, gotta do the video editing. And at the same time, I'm doing the audio editing. At the same time, usually during the video export, which is probably not good for my computer, I open up Photoshop.
Yeah. It's making your export time longer.
Yeah. But I'm doing something.
Yeah.
So it's like, okay, I don't mind if it takes a little longer. And I'm making
now you have
thumbnails.
that little stand, so
yeah,
you're great.
But I'm mainly using my desktop now.
Yeah.
But
Which is crazy. You have a Windows desktop.
Yeah.
How did that even?
Who knows? But yeah, and then I make the thumbnail. I get some pictures from the internet. You know, Photoshop us out, put us in some crazy scenario, and we're good to go. And then I make the promo.
Right.
Yeah, I also make the promo. So yeah.
You know, yeah, we didn't actually talk about recording. We talked about recording day, the specific day. But you come out now.
Mm-hmm.
You come over. Now we do eat before. Because you do come over late enough where it's like, all right, we got to eat.
Yeah.
Right. And so I've bbeen trying to make food because we eat fast food.
Mm-hmm.
And the thing is, at home, you're still eating rice and bread or like a lot of food, but you don't put a stick of butter in everything. And somehow it's just healthier for you, right?
Yeah.
And it's cleaner, right? You're like, oh, what's in this? It's meat and taco powder.
And probably, yeah, that literally.
There's no filler. There's no like random soy proteins.
And minus Curry Hut last week, I feel like the two best meals I've had here were today and the time you made the prepackaged curry. Like
the Costco curry.
The Costco curry. It was great. I just couldn't get over it. I'm like, oh my God, and there's no dairy in it. It was great.
That's the thing. It was like, it tasted creamier than Curry Hut almost.
Mm-hmm.
Which is crazy.
Mm-hmm.
Curry Hut was great though.
Yeah, love that stuff.
So, so what happens is we eat. I try to set up some things before where like, I'll make sure, I usually forget. I don't leave your iPad plugged in all week because the battery's going to explode.
Yeah.
New phones don't do that, but this is an old iPad.
Yeah.
And there's not, So I'll come up, I'll plug it in, I'll go back down, or I'll put my iPad up here.
You get off what, like 4:30, 4?
Yeah, but 4:30, 4:40.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes 5. It used to be like 5:36 when I had work to do.
Mm-hmm.
I still have work to do, but it's like I don't get like, oh, I have to respond to this thing because these things are a little slower because everything going on.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, okay, I finish what I'm doing and I get out of there, and there's no traffic, and so I'll put the coasters up. I'll move everything. Like if we
you cover Kev's concoctions.
Yeah.
Before I get up here. Yeah.
Yeah, because now they're like food.
Yeah.
And put the beer, like if Kev made a beer, the beer would go in the freezer so it doesn't fizz up and stuff. And so then you come up. Sometimes you ask me what the topic is. And then I'm like, okay, I'm going to go get some water and go to the bathroom. I'll be right up. And then I come up. Now my iPad's downstairs somehow. Like I forgot something, or it's like, oh, I forgot to put the new song into the board and all that kind of stuff. And then we chit chat more downstairs because we're eating.
Mm-hmm.
We used to not eat before. Sometimes we'd eat after, but generally we didn't.
Yeah, and at one point I started wanting to edit here. I think that was when we were doing Sunday nights.
No, it was Oh, I have that on here. Late recordings.
Oh, okay.
We'll get there.
Yeah.
So then we come up. Usually we crack a couple jokes, get in a good mood, and then you get the clap sync, which you've left in before, which is great. And so the clap sync, it causes a spike in the audio. And Rain uses Premiere Pro with Adobe Audition because once you buy the Adobe suite, you have everything. You can make a Transformers movie in there.
Yeah. What's really weird is that this is the first time I'd ever heard of it. Sos, who does video professionally, doesn't understand why it happens. And I kind of get the gist of it, but our video and our audio, even though we're recording at the same time, over time will end up not being synced up.
Yeah. So what happens is we record on these mics and you let the camera with its garbage mic also record audio. When you clap, there is a clap in the garbage audio and the good audio, and you line up that spike and it matches the voices because it's obviously synced on the camera.
Mm-hmm.
But for some reason, this doesn't happen in even like the first hour, right?
No.
Or sometimes the first one won't line up, remember?
Yeah.
But Audition will catch it somehow.
Yeah.
Or it lets you do it a little more granular.
Mm-hmm.
But Audition somehow just stops the drift.
I know. I manually do it.
Oh, you do?
Yeah. So what I do is I line up the original clap, the
Yeah.
first clap, and I go to the very end, and then I literally look at all the waveforms,
Uh-huh.
and there's one tool that allows you to slow down audio, but just ever so slightly, it ends up being going from about 100% to about like 99.9%. And when you do that, everything lines up.
Why don't we just clap at the end too?
I mean, yeah.
Because then you can line up the two spikes, right?
Yeah. That'd
Huh.
actually help. I never thought of that until right now.
Because we could do, like the bye and then wait a couple seconds so we're not awkward and then just good clap.
Yeah, but I think what it is that the camera does 24,
23.97 or something.
23.97, and audio's at 24. I don't know.
No, it's some other thing. Yeah. But
I don't know what it is. It's just really weird. I've tried other programs. I've even subscribed to this thing called Red Giant, which has a bunch of plugins that you can use, and one of them is to line up audio. And I tried using it, didn't work.
And Audition just works perfect. And you have it already.
And and Audition works. It's just a little bit manual, but it takes 2-3 minutes.
Okay.
Yeah, it's not long.
Yeah. So we get up here, we do the clap sync, we do the intro. Sometimes we botch the intro and we just do it again.
Yeah.
And then we go through all the segments.
Mm-hmm.
And maybe we should talk about that before we get to the end of a recording.
Do you know? Okay, I don't know.
The order in which we added the segments, or
No, not even the order. Just like why?
okay,
Was it me or was it you?
what?
That started to do segments, or that wanted to do segments.
Okay, so you 100% came up with Big Thunder topic of the week.
Okay.
You said Big Thunder mountain topic of the week.
Yeah.
Let's kill the mountain.
Yeah.
Right? You got all the T's. Big Thunder topic of the week. So but that was your idea,
Mm.
and you're like, we'll have a Big Thunder topic each week, and we always have to do news.
Mm.
And there's always, I don't know how we decided this. I think just because we had the intro, that's the other thing. We had that intro, the voiceover from the first episode, and that got people.
Yeah.
Like I
That was
remember
the first thing people were telling me.
yeah, they're like, dude, what is that intro?
Yeah.
And like, wait, yeah, you guys had that done for you. How'd you do that? We just paid some guy. There are people that do that?
Yeah.
It's like, yeah, their voice actors can imitate anyone.
Yeah. Speaking of intro though, really quick, since we're talking about YouTube, Nadia.
Right.
Yeah. She made an animated intro for us.
Yeah. And I think it was her first animation, right? Or so, it was
No.
one of her.
Not at first, and she does like a lot of like lo-fi loops.
Yeah.
So it wasn't her first animation. It was her first like it was not that we're corporate
Commissions.
commission. And it wasn't even her first commission because people would
Like
pay her to draw things that they wanted her to draw.
But this was like, we're going to use this every week. This is like
Yeah.
a brand.
Yeah, and I was referred to her by Diego.
And does Diego know her?
I don't think personally because she lives in Canada.
Yeah. But personally, like internet personally?
Yeah,
Huh.
he does. It was between her and somebody else, and he's like, "Hey, help a brother out," and he tagged me, and she was like, "Hey," and I messaged her, and she's like, "Yeah, I can do something," and then I kind of came up with like a storyboard, and I talked to you about it, and
Yeah,
then we
we
were
had
going back
some
and
notes.
forth.
Like, I need blue milk. You wanted a bandana. You got to
Yeah.
wear bandanas on stream,
I
dude.
have never worn a bandana.
On stream.
Yeah.
Do it tonight.
All right.
Are you gonna stream tonight?
What time is it? Probably not. No.
Oh, it's late.
Yeah, it's pretty late. And I really like it. Like over time, at first I was like, oh, okay, I'm not really a big fan of of certain things about it. I did like it, from the conception of it, but over time it's gotten more and more part of the brand. And like even like with the stream now, I started using little portions of it.
Yeah.
Yeah, and like
I think we worried about it too much in the beginning.
I
Is
think
this
so
good
too.
enough? Are people gonna like it?
Yeah.
It loops, but like it matches with the voiceover, so it's great.
Yeah. And it's not really supposed to be like, I don't know.
Like this fantastical, magical thing.
Exactly.
But then you think about it, and it's like our podcast is very personal.
Mm-hmm.
So it's just very like, we have like that music too.
Mm-hmm.
It's always been the same.
Mm-hmm.
And that wasn't that the most expensive thing? Well, the animation was the most expensive thing.
Yeah.
But the music, wasn't that like $25 or something?
Around
that
there.
song?
Yeah.
But it's
worth
so great.
Yeah.
Dude, that song is like our identity.
it.
Yeah.
It has very Disney vibes without being Disney.
Yeah.
It's very majestic.
Yeah, it's licensed music that we bought. So
Mhm.
I get it's cool. But wow, where were we with YouTube animation? Oh, the segments.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, you came up with Big Thunder topic, and we agreed we got to do news.
Mm-hmm.
And I think after the second episode, I was like, Easy always does corrections. We should do corrections. And you're like, oh yeah, like kind of funny. You're wrong. I'm like, that's negative. They're telling the host they're wrong. Why don't we tell the listeners that they're right?
Yeah.
We'll call it You're Right, and we'll play some dumb music.
Yeah.
And so we have all these sounds. And you wanted to do housekeeping
Mm-hmm.
in the beginning, but we weren't sure what to do yet. We didn't have housekeeping. We didn't have Instagram and stuff. But you're
Yeah.
like, you wanted that from the start.
The
but-
rigmarole, like just to let people know who we are,
Yeah.
what we're doing, and yeah.
Yeah, so because Kind of Funny does that.
Yeah.
And so over time, I think it was with video that happened a lot. Like we started to use the sounds more.
Mm-hmm.
But so set on mousekeeping,
Mm-hmm.
but that came way later. News is always there, and you got that Tomorrowland sound.
Yeah.
And you're
Which
right.
we
was
probably
the solution.
shouldn't use, but
It's a tiny clip. and
It's
we
a
talk
little-
over
yeah.
it. Yeah. Big Thunder topic. We found some train. The film reel you just found.
Yeah.
One of our favorites is literally Kev in a microphone on his phone going. And that was me.
Oh, that's you?
No, me right now.
Oh,
doing the
I see.
But that was Kev.
Yeah.
And because people are like, oh, where'd you get this? Something it's Kev. Like it's literally Kev, and he sent it as a joke
Yeah.
because he wanted to say, let's dip our chip into some news. And only Magic Carpet Ride said we should stick with that.
Yeah.
And he's like, no, it's not weird. It's our chip. It's a shared chip. It's not like weird and whatever. I'm like, I don't know. But we didn't do that.
But
And-
at this point, we have so many, not even that we have so many segments. It's just a very, back to like when I started listening to podcasts, Hollywood Babylon and Kevin Smith is specifically Hollywood Babylon more so than like Smodcast, which is another one he does, or Fat Man. It's not Fat Man on Batman anymore. I forgot what it's called, but it used to be Fat Man on Batman. It's very segmented.
Yeah.
Like Ralph Garman who used to do the entertainment segment on K-Rock is like very, they're in their 50s, but he's very old timey, where he'll do like old timey voices and like be like, okay, this is going to be our write-in segment. This is our celebrity death segment. This is our did very segmented. And but I kind of like that.
Yeah. So I know podcasts all have like, all right, we're going to do the news now. And
Yeah.
like this many items for the topic. Let's get into the main topic. And then Easy Allies does very like segments with silly music and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And it is a little old school,
Yeah.
but it's fun and it's silly and it keeps it lighthearted.
Mm-hmm. And
And-
it kind of keeps us on track too.
Yeah. And we did get more lighthearted as it went on because we were less afraid,
Mm-hmm.
right? Like, are we doing it right? It's more like laid back and the songs are fun.
Mhm.
And then at some point, I was explaining that we had the movie of the week, which that was terrible. Good Dinosaur killed it.
Yeah.
So then I was describing grabbing a Dole Whip when it was cold outside and sitting in front of the castle and just staring at it as the wind was blowing. Like, man, we had it so good. And then why don't we? You did the hashtag. We had it. So I'm like, oh, that could be a segment.
Mm-hmm.
People could write in about things they miss. And because we would talk about things we miss. I'm like, oh, people could write in about that. Not many people do. They used to more,
Yeah.
but they still do. And it's fun. It's like a little audience interaction. And we write in all the time. Go ahead.
I think people kind of stopped right now because they were able to go to Buena Vista
Yeah.
and they're able to go to downtown Disney and get a little bit of it, just a touch of Disney.
Yeah.
And especially now with a touch of Disney coming around, so people missing things is becoming less and less relevant. But 6 months ago, when we had nothing,
Yeah.
it was like, oh man,
We're
missed
getting like
stuff.
3, 4, 5 of them, and they were
Yeah.
long too. Like, and some of them are stories.
Mhm.
So yeah, we got a lot of that, and we added that stuff in, and so yeah, I like having goofy segments, even though sometimes I'm like, are we on this segment too long? Do we have too many segments? We have Kev's concoctions now.
Yeah.
That used to be part of You're Right,
Yeah,
but I don't know. People skip.
I like it. I thoroughly enjoy all the different
Yeah,
segments.
I'm sure people skip stuff, and
Mhm.
that's fine. You do you. You do whatever you want. So now back to right. So then we finish up the show, right?
Mhm.
We have our little outro,
Mhm.
which you used to botch, which was the best thing. It's like, oh right, see you guys next week.
Yeah.
And then we stop, we hit the thing, we stop recording, and then you're about to take your headphones off. Let's do the promo.
Every time, every
time.
week.
And then we hit record again, do the clap, and you don't use the clap, you just kind of eyeball it.
Mm-hmm.
And the promo is when you had to force yourself to speak on command,
Yeah,
because
yeah.
we
Even
actually
from the
we
beginning.
always did the promo.
Yeah, but at first it was the Adobe Rush stuff that you would do, where it was just a picture,
Yeah,
and then we had the audio over.
but
it.
we did go back and forth, didn't we? Or we didn't say the topic, or
I don't remember. I just remember always putting the sound on sticker on Instagram.
oh god, that was the worst.
You know what I'm talking
Getting
about?
people to try to listen.
Yeah.
You know what? Let's
Go back to the archive here.
play it, because we own this, so
Yeah.
this could go on YouTube. All right, let's.
What are you trying to find?
Huh?
What are you trying to find?
I'm going to our Instagram story archive,
Oh.
and I'm scrolling to the
Oh.
beginning,
Oh man.
because that's when we started. All
It
right,
only-
here we go. Oh man, this is gonna be rough. We're gonna cringe. All right, you ready?
Yeah.
Hey guys, Kirk and Christian here with a brand new episode of
Oh, this is
Trammin,
bad.
the Disneyland podcast.
Our Big Thunder topic of
Yeah.
the week is water at Disneyland.
Listen now, everywhere. Wow, that was bad. That was terrible. And now it's like, hello there,
Yeah.
from behind the O line. This is a brand new episode of anyway, our Big Thunder topic of the week. You know, it's like, and you play the music. We didn't have the music. Behind the O line. This is a brand new episode of Trammin, a Disneyland podcast.
Our Big Thunder topic of the week is new Tomorrowland.
Listen and watch now. And you added lasers, and we have music playing.
Yeah.
Because we used to do this while recording.
Oh yeah. Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, and then that became the We Had It So Good tune. And yeah, those were rough. So we record the promo, and then now, after the promo, we do the thumbnail, the
Mhm,
YouTube thumbnail.
mhm.
We take a bunch of goofy pictures.
Yeah.
And if we forget, you go into the archive. There's
Yeah.
a billion pictures of us. It's just sometimes we'll pose very specifically, and it'll work. And then sometimes you scrap the idea completely, which it all works out. So yeah, then
And then I'm texting you at 12 noon or 12 midnight. What do you think?
and I'm asleep.
Yeah. I'm like, all right,
like-
I'm running it.
Yeah. And so, yeah, that depends on the day too. But then we pop the SD cards out. Sometimes you put them on your computer. Sometimes you're like, I'm going to go, and you do it at home. It just depends.
Mhm.
And then, all right, see you. And you leave. And then, then we kind of chit chat the next day to figure stuff out. I put up the Buzzsprout.
Mhm.
I write the little, I wonder if people know that there's little episode summaries.
I do. I love the episode summaries.
Oh, do you?
Yeah, I adore the episode summaries. Every week, I'm telling you're a good writer. I'm telling you right now, you're a fantastic writer. Because every time I try to do something like that, I'm just like, nope, I can't. I literally can't. So I have to ask you to be like, even like little things like when I was doing the streaming, and I was like, I don't know what to put for the bio. Can you write something real quick, or you know what I mean? So, but yeah, I like the little segments that you put, little paragraphs.
Yeah, and I try hard on some of them with puns and like alliteration, and some of them are just like, But today, Kev was like, we had to upload a YouTube video for work, and I just start typing, and it's like this like egregious marketing speak and like SEO type stuff, and then I typed without stopping, and then I hit upload, and I'm like, I look at Kevin, like, I don't know where that came from. Something came over me.
Divine intervention. Dude.
Yeah, and it's just creepy. But yeah, I do that every week. It's fun. It's a little writing exercise. It's tiny, but yeah, go read the episode descriptions. They're cute. Sometimes there's like some bad jokes in there. Not dirty, just like groan inducing bad jokes. So yeah, we
So you put up the Buzzsprout. As soon as the Buzzsprout's ready, you text me, Buzzsprout's ready.
Okay.
Well, you do the art.
I also tell you every week you can put the audio and I can edit the Buzzsprout and you just ignore it.
Oh, really?
Yeah. I've told you, I'm like, you could just upload and I could add everything later and you just don't respond.
Oh, I see.
And then I go, Buzzsprout's up, thanks man, and then you upload.
Yeah.
And then like sometimes I'll be like on the phone or something like, your episode is finished processing. Like there was one time I didn't listen to it.
Mhm.
And it's like the second set of ears because you're sitting there listening to the clap like 100 times, and it's like, oh, he didn't put the music, the clap is in there, or you accidentally you exported the wrong thing. It wasn't like you didn't do it. You did do it. Like, you got to catch the dumb little things. Or it's like, hey, this sounds weird. I forgot the equalizer.
Exactly.
Like
exactly.
And
that's the audio. And then for video, I have to wait till the Buzzsprout is up because it wants all. Well, I mean, I don't have to wait, but I usually just go into Buzzsprout, copy all the info they put,
and then you swap the
title. Which
you know what you don't swap?
Huh.
Catch us on YouTube. You copy that
really?
onto YouTube.
I haven't even noticed that.
I'll change it so it works for both.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. But and then is there anything else for uploading day? I think that's it.
Well, that's like we're frantically trying to figure out the art. Sometimes you don't know what to do for the thumbnail. Sometimes I don't know what to do for the cover art. It's like I have no idea. And the best one was, dude, I have no idea what to do. And then 6 minutes later, it was like that really good one.
The Pirates?
Huh? No. It was, the Pirates was you with the waves and whatever.
Oh, what are you talking about?
Hold on, let's go on our Instagram. Oh, right. Dude, I don't know what to do for around the resort. I put like tiki things. 6 minutes later, the gazebo.
Oh, yeah.
I was like, oh, okay. All right.
That was good.
Yeah. Sometimes it happens. Sometimes it doesn't.
Yeah.
And sometimes it takes a while. We don't know what we're doing. And yeah, that's just how it goes.
And then for a while, we were like switching up the times on when we were going to upload because like sometimes it was like, oh, let's do 7 a.m. But then it takes a couple hours to process from iTunes.
I mean, it's 6 a.m. And then that day iTunes screwed us.
Yeah.
Like, okay, people don't pay attention to notification. They go check anyway. Just do it at 3 a.m. because even if it takes them 3 hours to catch it, it'll be up at 6.
Yeah.
So that way it's there every morning.
We do the YouTube at 6.
Yeah.
So, and people who smash that bell, they get the notification on their phone, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera.
Yeah.
But that morning of, it's pretty much when I wake up. Because it looks better on an iPhone.
It's the ratio.
Is it? Is that what it is?
So Instagram is lazy at programming.
Mm-hmm.
You can just program to check the phone's ratio and tell it like just show a black bar. And sometimes it does. Sometimes I do get the 16:9. But it literally, this isn't even an Android thing because this has happened to you with Instagram.
Yeah.
The features just change day to day.
Yeah.
Because sometimes you have the rounded corner stories.
Sometimes I don't.
Sometimes they just go away.
Sometimes
we
I
don't log out. We don't clear our data. We don't like clear cache. It's just
It's freaking Instagram for you.
Yeah.
There's A and B testing.
There's C testing sometimes where it's
and
like
Instagram goes A through Z because everyone's got different things.
yeah. And then one time like I got something, like, dude, what is that? I don't know. It showed up today. And then the next day it's gone and it never comes back. So yeah, usually the iPhone will just like cut things off less. So we just like, when it's reels and something, I just post this.
Yeah.
And then you post and then I repost and we do all that stuff. It used to be, why did it used to be worse? Oh, because we had to do the listen now and this and that because we didn't have a video.
Yeah.
And we had to put music or whatever. Now with the video, it's like we tag ourselves and you hit repost.
Yeah.
We don't add too many. We add one GIF, right?
Yeah.
And then the YouTube and artwork, that's more like I got to look for GIFs.
Yeah.
But that's fun. And I do it throughout the day now. I used to do it all in the morning and it would kill me because it would take like 20 minutes.
It's better actually throughout the day.
Yeah.
Like more engagement.
So it's like sneaky. It's like around 7:10, 7:15, the promo goes up. About 9:30, check. You know what I do though? I wake up and I take the YouTube screenshot because it's the top of my subscription. So I get the premium bar and all that stuff. Take the screenshot, post that around 9:30. Then a little bit after lunch, I post the artwork. Or sometimes the end of the day. It depends on my mood.
Yeah.
It doesn't really matter. But you spread them out.
And we post reels, which
sometimes
I get
inspired. You post the reels promos.
Yeah, the real promos.
And sometimes they just get 1,100 views.
Yeah. And sometimes they get 40.
Yeah.
Yeah, like literally last week, right before New Tomorrowland, I posted the Mr. Toad's Wild Ride promo.
Yeah.
Literally a minute before. Right.
Oh.
Okay. Like right before. And Mr. Toad's Wild Ride, 940 views. New Tomorrowland, 40.
And what's funny is look at the ones I spent all the time editing on. What are they at?
I'm not bad. 804, 661.
Yeah, but those were over the course of a few weeks. Mr. Toad was like,
yeah.
you know,
Seconds.
yeah, it's just random.
DCA 1.0 part 2, 1200.
Yeah.
Who knows? Who knows how any of this stuff works?
Someone. No.
Yeah. Main Street Electrical Parade, 37.
Yeah. It's so weird. And sometimes people be like, oh, look, you're in the Explore page. I'm like, oh, that's cool.
Yeah.
It's just so random. Yeah. And it's fun, though.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes it is stressful. I got to be real.
Mm-hmm.
It's stressful coming up with topics sometimes
Mm-hmm.
when I have no topic.
Yep.
Luckily, we have like the next few written just because things happening. Like next episode, like, you know, knock on wood, is
Yeah.
Touch of Disney. So it writes itself in a way.
Exactly.
And then we got a guest coming up, which is going to
After
be
that.
cool. And
Who just confirmed. by the
yeah.
way.
Oh, awesome.
Mhm.
And then we have another guest episode planned, but we're going to spread out the guest thing.
Yeah. Oh, we do?
Yeah.
Oh, wow. I didn't even know.
And so we'll put some extra stuff in there, and then Disneyland's going to open.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
You know, the only stress that I get is sometimes when I'm just so busy or like I'm doing something with Brandy or like I try to make sure that I don't have, other than Mondays, like right now, if I'm hanging out with Brandy, I hang out with Brandy. Like tomorrow, let's say, I'm going to be hanging out with Brandy. I'm not editing or anything while I'm with her.
yeah.
So I'll wait till after. I'll wait till I have free time if I'm home or something. Like tonight, I think I'm going to edit tonight. So it's not going to impede, like, I guess, my regular day-to-day social life. But it does get a little stressful when I'm coming home on a Tuesday night at 11 at night and I haven't done anything.
Hmm.
Where it's like,
Yeah.
I'm like, okay, I'm going to be here for I'm not going to go to sleep till like 2, which is fine.
Yeah.
But it's like, if that's the most stress I'm going to get, that's totally fine.
Yeah. Which is why it baffled me when you're like, dude, you put in all the work. You're at the show. I'm like, you know, you produce the show, right? Like, you edit this for hours. I'm like, oh, yeah. Like, it all works out.
But like I said,
Like, I would never want to do that.
Oh, no?
Like, I can't. Editing is.
I enjoy. I legit
you
enjoy
love it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it's also that thing where I wanted to be okay. So in high school, I wanted to be a computer programmer. Okay,
Yeah.
going into high school, and I'm like, that's what I'm gonna do. My dad does it. My Nino does it. They make a good living. So, and I enjoy computers a lot, so I want to do that. Took 2 years of computer science at Bosco. Hated it.
Oh, you switched.
I
Right?
switched my senior year to graphic communications, aka it was the movie making place, because I started making videos for Mr. Chongo's class all the time.
Oh, yeah.
So I was like, I'm really liking this. So I started messing with video production and just, they were really bad videos, but it was fun. And I really liked doing that. And I'm like, okay, I can see myself.
I did like that kind of stuff, actually.
I really liked it. And I wanted to start making videos, like editing videos as my career. And I'm like, okay, I can do this. I can legitimately see myself sitting at a desk and just putting things together like this all day. And then I started doing it at work because that's what I got hired for. At my current job, my uncle was like, the way it works was I stopped by my uncle's office one day because Gabriel wanted to get something for the restaurant. And he's like, hey, can you order this material for me? I'm like, yeah, sure. We went over and he looked at me and he's like, hey, you're working right at Apple? I'm like, yeah. And he's like, all right, you're working here too. Like, didn't ask or anything. He was just calling me actually, but didn't ask. He's like, whatever hours you want to work and you want to do video stuff, come in and work that, whatever it is. And so I was like, okay, cool. So I started doing that and I was working like 15, 20 hours a day and I was doing editing. That's all I was doing for my uncle. And I liked it. And I was like, okay, cool. And then I started working 40 hours a week and just editing. And I was like, this isn't for me.
Yeah.
Like just doing that all the time on things that I don't like, which is probably, if it was my actual career, that probably would have been the case.
Yeah.
I would have been doing some commercials or like, but maybe not even that. Like,
I mean, shout out to Gene.
Yeah,
He's
yeah.
like a professional editor, and he's been like, he has assistant editor credits and stuff.
Yeah. So
And some of them are like stuff he's into,
Mhm.
and some of them are my psycho brother-in-law on Lifetime.
exactly.
It's a real thing.
Exactly.
Which, no shade. He's told me, he's like, I don't think he even had a problem with it. He was just like, this is ridiculous. You know, it's like, it's just, so you don't know what you're going to get, and it's a job.
And when I'm just editing things like putting, I mean, it's really mundane, like putting video, like music on top of a tent.
Yeah.
it gets boring. And you do the same thing at work.
Oh, yeah.
So
It's
I didn't,
fun.
I didn't like doing that. So I stopped doing it for a long time. And I remember thinking, you know, when we first started doing this, one of the main reasons why I wanted to do this was because I wanted some kind of creative outlet.
Yeah, my uncle had told me for a couple years now. He's
Mhm.
like, do something creative. Like, it's good for you. Not
Yeah.
like you're not creative, you suck. Just like,
Mm.
you need that. I'm like, I do, but
It-
I'm not creative.
Like something that just like stimulates you, but you will always have a good time doing.
Yeah. And that's why,
There's video games and stuff, but it's not,
yeah.
it's
but
not the same.
I
You're
mean,
not
like,
creating.
yeah, I mean, like, on the one hand, we're probably not even going to make money off this if we wanted to.
Yeah,
But two, if we wanted to, it's like, does it stop being fun?
yeah,
You know? But anyways, yeah, it's our creative thing. And
Mhm.
like, I make art, and yeah, it's stupid line art, and
Mhm.
like half of it's like, you know, you put a color overlay or something you took off like a clip art library,
hmm
but it's still like, oh, I'm putting something together and making some sort of art.
Yeah.
And then we're making art by speaking,
hmm
and then, you know, adding music, and, you know, you're cutting something together, and,
Mhm.
you know, so we're creating, which is, I think it's done a lot for us. And we
Yeah.
did during a global pandemic.
yeah,
It's only, like,
Yeah.
literally.
and people like, even I think my Nino texted me today, and I remember he was like, "Oh, you know, how's your podcast going and stuff?" And I'm like, "Oh, it's good." This was maybe back in like July, I think.
Mhm.
And he's like, "Oh, you guys don't wear masks when you record?" And I was like, "Well, we started this at the start of the pandemic. Like,
Yeah.
we've been regularly seeing each other from the very beginning.
Yeah.
So it's kind of like it's not we're working together, but it's almost to that point."
Yeah. And it's one of those things where everyone you know, you have like
You're set people.
it's not a bubble, because our bubbles we're not isolated. We
Mhm.
go to work and stuff, but it's like the people we see know we see each other
Yeah.
and record for 2 hours
Yeah.
with no mask in a confined space.
Mhm.
And, you know, that's led to some interesting remote recording sessions. And
Yeah,
stuff.
we've had scares.
Yeah.
And whenever there's a scare, we address it.
Yeah.
We get tested, blah, blah, blah.
Go tell everyone. We don't. Yeah.
Mhm.
And we had a scare early on
We did. We did.
because Sos had it.
So's had it. And I call him patient zero now because he got it like mid-March,
Yeah.
which is like a year ago now, which is kind of crazy to think. And he actually got the vaccine yesterday.
Yeah. And
So,
that was crazy. Like,
yeah.
Back then we were scared because we didn't know, like, is this going to,
Nobody knew. Nobody knew.
is this going to hurt us? Like,
Yeah.
you know,
Which-
some people it does, some people it doesn't.
Yeah. And like, it's really sad because some people have like passed away from it.
Yeah.
One of my employees passed away.
Yeah.
Really, really sad stuff. So it's real. It's real. But like I was saying, we've been doing this. So we do this once a week, every week for the past year. So that's why we never felt like we're like, oh, we don't need to wear masks or anything. Anyways.
Yeah. It's been a personal choice that everyone knows about.
Mm-hmm.
So, you
Mhm.
know, it is what it is. So, yeah. Now, real quick,
Mhm.
sometimes things get in the way.
Mm-hmm.
Got to record late. And what that means is record the night before we upload.
Yeah.
And it's always like after work.
Yeah.
And it's after work, but you don't even have the time to drive 40 minutes to go home.
Mhm.
So it's like we record. Sometimes you even get here late.
Mm-hmm.
We eat, or no, we record first, starve, and then you start transferring.
Yeah.
And while you're transferring, I run out and get food because I don't have anything to do. I get back, I make the art while you're editing. And then by the time I'm done with the art, you put it in, and then you have to export. But then you finally got fast internet at home. So you're like, oh, it'll be faster to drive home and upload
Yeah.
it than do anything else. But then it's like, we're done at like 11. And then you got to upload it that night. And then it's like super stressful.
Mm-hmm.
And, you
And
know,
people don't realize, like, I mean, YouTube videos, on the average are a few minutes long.
Yeah.
You know, when you record even something that's at 24 frames per second,
Yeah, we don't
at
even record at
1080p,
30
yeah,
or 4K.
or 4K, I'm still transferring 60 gigs worth of video every single week.
Yeah.
And
And you were doing that on what, 15 megabits up until you got
Yeah.
your gig?
yeah. So it's a lot of data. It's just a lot of data.
Yeah. So yeah, the late recordings are always interesting. We haven't
had one in a while.
We only did one for like 2. There's when we had to stop recording on Sundays,
Mhm.
but we couldn't move it yet.
Mhm.
So we've done that, or like you've gone somewhere over the weekend. Or,
Yeah.
And I feel like if we know ahead of time,
We'll plan it out.
I do also wonder, like, when Disneyland opens,
Mhm.
there's still going to be news like, oh, the capacity's increased, that kind of stuff. But there's less like jaw-dropping news. You know,
You're
if you're
right.
gonna
I
go,
never thought of that.
you're gonna go somewhere and we have the episodes ready. It's like we can record on a Monday, and then you can also record another episode before you go wherever.
Mhm.
You put one in the bank,
Mhm.
you upload it, and it's set to publish later.
Yeah.
Where it's like we do take a week off for recording, or like imagine in the future where it's like we're doing Trammin through the snow.
Mhm.
There's no Disney news because it's like Disney's not going to drop news during Christmas, things like that. We record 2 Christmas episodes and enjoy the holidays.
Yeah.
And not stress. We just, go on Instagram and address things there.
Or I'm sure at one point it might just be there's another guest, and probably not. It'll probably be me being replaced.
That's, yeah. I
You
thought
be,
about that.
yeah, because it's like everything's here at your house. And
Yeah, or you can, no. I was going to say remotely record with someone, but you don't know what their setup is.
exactly,
Like, yeah.
exactly. So even that, like there's different ways of
Yeah. Yeah, because, we'll figure it out. We'll probably just bank episodes.
Yeah.
Because it's like,
Yeah.
if we miss 1 week in news, it's literally only going to matter that week. The week after,
Mhm.
no one cares what the news was.
Yeah.
So,
Especially when Disney opens.
and yeah, so, what else? So yeah, we kind of went through the process. How do we pick topics? People ask that. I just come up with something.
Mm-hmm.
I just come up with something dumb. Or you'll be like, let's do this ride. Okay.
Mhm.
Or, oh, we got to talk about this thing. Okay. And it's like whatever pops into my head or we've put in the bank from before, that's just what happens.
And people always ask me, you never run out of things to talk about? It's like, no. Like we can honestly, easily probably go another 300 episodes with different topics.
We just, so the only trouble in coming up with topics is coming up with it by the time we have to record the next week.
Yeah.
Because remember, there was like 3 weeks. I was like, I don't know what to do.
Yeah, right.
I don't know what to do. I don't know what to do. And then I'm like, I got the next 4 episodes.
Mhm.
And then like
Mhm.
we put them in the template or whatever. So
Yeah.
it varies week to week. Keeps
There's
me on
even
my
things
toes.
that we haven't even touched. You know what I mean? Like we can potentially even do a whole episode on like, Tony Baxter if we wanted to.
Yeah.
You know,
'Cause
like we can,
sometimes it is just, it's not memories, but it's opinions.
yeah.
It's still not history. So
Mhm.
there's stuff like that. Literally do every ride.
Mm-hmm.
There's like 60 attractions or
Yeah.
something. And we can even do Space Mountain. It just wouldn't be a talk through. It would be us talking about Space Mountain
Mm-hmm.
and the different overlays, right?
And the lore of Space Mountain.
Yeah, and what we think, what we wish it was. It could be
Yeah.
anything. I always, Space Mountain's always in the back of my head. I'm like, that'll be an interesting one because there is no ride through.
Yeah.
It's the tunnel and then it's fast, right? So, yeah, so we got some stuff planned, but let's talk about some silly things.
Mm-hmm.
This is where it gets a little clip showy at 2 hours and 20 minutes. We're going to cut some of that out. I have something to say about Cheesecake Factory.
What do you got to say about Cheesecake Factory?
All right. So this is kind of funny. Our friend Rosina from Pennsylvania.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know how this came up.
Mhm.
I think she was talking about her family had this special occasion,
Mhm.
and they were gonna go eat at some nice restaurant. They were gonna eat at some one of those Brazilian places, right?
The chop houses.
Yeah.
Where they bring out the meat and stuff.
Okay, check out this name. I always make fun of Pennsylvania because it's not racist because the people who run the restaurants are that race, but the names are stupid. Texas de Brazil. What? My favorite though, Shanghai, Tokyo. Shanghai's in China.
Yeah.
Tokyo's in Japan. They're so far apart, each one has their own Disneyland. That's my favorite. However,
Oh wow.
back to this. Someone gave her mom
Mhm.
a $200 gift card to Cheesecake Factory. And,
Beautiful.
And so they're like, we're going to Cheesecake Factory. And she told me, yeah, we thought we're going to eat like kings. And I said, no, you're going to eat like pharaohs. Because of I'm like, have you seen
Because
that?
of the decor?
Yeah, I'm like,
Yeah.
have you seen that article? You've seen it, right?
No.
There's a long article about their decor. It's amazing.
Oh, really?
Oh, yeah, I got to send it to you. And she was like, oh, I love that article. And then she's like, yeah, it's so weird. And I'm like, yeah, Rain loves Cheesecake Factory. When everything opened up here, he went there first.
It's true.
And I'm like, and he hates cheesecake.
Yeah. I don't like cheesecake.
And like, I don't get it.
I get the tiramisu.
And then she was like, yeah, but the architecture's so wacky. And then they have the Eye of Sauron lights. I'm like, now I have to tell Rain.
I have Sauron lights.
She sent a picture.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Like, what are you talking about?
Yeah. What is she talking about?
Oh, dude. If you Google it, it shows up.
Just don't get the Buffalo Blast when you go. They were
I
overrated.
don't like that name. Dude, Eye of Sauron lights.
Oh my God, that really is.
Yeah, yeah.
Whoa, whoa, whoa.
Yeah, dude.
Why do I want that for my house?
It's so ugly. Look at this come out. Oh,
Oh my, that is awesome.
no. It's
Close enough, yeah.
focus on my face. I don't know. But yeah. So now I have to tell Rain.
Yeah.
But then I was going through my DMs.
Mhm.
I don't remember. I was looking for something.
Mhm.
And I saw a DM like from a week or two ago
Mhm.
from her sister
Mm-hmm.
who was in that one clip.
Oh, yeah, yeah, yeah.
And man, Year of Trammin.
Mm-hmm.
And I remember she had posted to her story something about Naruto. And I asked you some questions and you did not respond to them.
Oh, that's
Twice.
what it was.
Twice. And I was like,
You even
oh,
asked me.
I told her, I'm like, today I was like, oh, he never responded. She's like, bring it up on the show. I'm like, all right, I'm already going to talk about Cheesecake Factory. She's like, why are you talking about Cheesecake Factory? I'm like, oh, your sister told me whatever.
I thought it was a joke. I thought it was like a Reddit screenshot that you sent me.
No.
And I was like, oh, I think I said like, oh, ha, 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 or something.
Okay. So she put who's Naruto. And I said, some anime ninja who wears orange, has yellow hair, and has that
Yeah.
blue and metal hairband that dorks wear to seem cool. I have friends who watch it. She said, seems legit. Do the letters TST have any tie-in with Naruto?
Or the emojis.
Hold on. There's two things.
Okay. See, that's where I didn't
You
get
have
it.
no idea?
No.
She said people post things and she doesn't know. I'm like, I have no idea. So you don't know
No, I don't know.
any of these things?
TST?
TST? Nothing?
No.
Huh.
No, I have no idea what that is. I know what the emojis mean.
What are the emojis? They're like fire and hurricane.
Okay, hold on. I looked up.
Oh.
Oh, it just clicked in my head.
I have no idea what's going on.
God. Okay, so when they're doing this, when they're signing, it goes. So I think that's what it is. It goes.
Okay.
Oh my God.
Okay. All right.
All right.
What are the emojis? The fire and the hurricane.
That's well, I mean, I think it's because Sasuke's does a fireball, like it's like a fireball jutsu, and then the other one looks like the Rasen Shuriken move that Naruto has.
Okay.
Yeah.
I don't know what's
Yeah.
going on. Remember when you wanted a Naruto park and I was like, Rivendell? And you're like, damn it. You're so mad.
This is so good.
Future of Hollywood
Yeah.
Land.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was a fun episode.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. And then we got, we talked about the pineapple meme and
Yeah.
what other I'm gonna quickly, very quickly scroll through our Instagram. We're not gonna go through every episode. We thought about it. But shout out to the Flick petition.
I have signed the petition.
Yeah, we had that rant.
Yes.
Don't worry. All right. Let's go back to
Shout out to the Flick petition.
Yeah, so I don't think we've told people this. The first episode was growing up with Disneyland, right?
Mm-hmm.
It was my sneaky way of letting people get to know who we are without saying like, welcome to Tram, and we're just going to talk about us, like the first day of class when you go over the syllabus.
Yeah.
It's like, no, we're going to have an episode. And then underappreciated attractions, reskin rides. It was like, that's when we were like, we'll go broad.
Mm-hmm.
And then we're like, oh, we're not going to have Disneyland for a while. Let's get real specific.
Because we thought we were going to have Disneyland again.
Yeah. And then I was like, okay, Main Street, only Main Street, and not even the food on Main Street, right?
Mhm.
And then the first wacky one, which I always go back to, water. And it's water in Disneyland,
Yeah.
but the artwork just says water. And it's all the water features in Disneyland. And then Sweet Treats, which people like that episode.
Mm-hmm.
People love food.
Yeah.
Okay, it's sleepy now. All right. And then, man, Star Wars, our first like themed.
Yeah. I like
Shout out to Sos.
I like the art.
And
Oh yeah, Sos did that. Or you did it.
I made a mock-up and then he did this Adobe
Yeah.
Illustrator. Ride refurbs, which people hated. Kev thinks it's the name. Drinking.
I was with Christine.
The first guest episode with
Yeah.
the Zoom call, which there was no video, so people didn't really know it was a Zoom call because we cut out too much of it.
Oh yeah, because it was my birthday.
My birthday.
Your birthday.
Yeah,
Sorry.
we didn't know what we were doing. Bad
Yeah.
experiences people love because like people love negativity.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know, downtown Disney shopping. We never did part 2, which is dining.
We will.
Yeah.
Eventually.
And then what's funny is I'm going to Jazz Kitchen tomorrow.
Mm-hmm.
Have you been there?
No.
Oh, I thought you have.
No.
Oh.
My family has. Well, I
Oh.
was watching a Flogging Molly Flogging Molly concert in the House of Blues.
And then we reopening Disneyland. We thought Disney was going to reopen, and we did say this is episode 12. We're on 51 right now. We didn't.
Wow.
This episode will be numbered. We
Yeah.
just didn't say the number at the top.
Yeah.
And we were like, even if it doesn't open, this will be funny.
Yeah.
And it is. And Kimmy still listens to it. People still listen to it. It's like, I want to know what you guys thought.
Yeah. It was the whole touching thing. We were like, anything you touch is not going to open up. And look at Florida. Everything's open.
Well, it turns out like the touching thing is overblown.
Yeah.
Like really, like it's fine. And then Galaxy's Edge anniversary. People hate
that was
Galaxy's
a
Edge.
fail.
It was a good episode.
It was, but just
was
people
really good.
don't like. It's not that they don't like Star Wars. They don't like Galaxy's Edge specifically.
Yeah, but then we did the snacks. People love that one.
Yeah.
Because it's all the favorite foods.
Mm-hmm.
New Orleans Square was our first land that wasn't Main Street. It was
Mhm.
interesting, right? Golden Age. That was a cool topic.
Yeah, I like that.
Yeah, that was. Oh, I missed that. We had it
Because
so
that
good.
was like the 2012. No, 2000.
2012, 2014, 15.
Yeah.
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 And then, Pirates was before SOS.
Yeah.
Yeah, that wasn't on video. No, I remember what it was. It wasn't on video. The corrections were on video. Because
Oh.
we had Kimmy's first correction. That she sent us the script of the ride. And
Well, and Pirates, we have the time codes.
I think because I did that while you were editing once. I'm like, I'm going to do the time codes. and I
that's
did
so
it
much
once.
work.
It's so much. Because
Yeah.
you got to listen. You don't, but it's like you got to scrub back and forth.
If there was a third person, they can just hit a marker and it's like, okay, there's the time code.
This has markers, but it doesn't do anything.
Yeah. Yeah.
Or maybe it does and we just don't.
Yeah, I don't know.
We
But
haven't
that
figured-
was back when we had a Taco Bell discussion.
Potatoes are back at Taco Bell.
Yeah.
I had some.
Yeah.
That's
yeah.
all. Oh, and the quesalupa is back.
Quesalupa.
It used to be 2 tortillas with cheese. It was a quesadilla, but
Mhm.
like the Tyson factory created it,
Mm-hmm.
but they couldn't figure out how to do it. So now they do it manually.
Oh, I know.
It's
Yeah.
2 tortillas with cheese in between. Yeah,
Yeah,
it's pretty good. Then SOS came on, Disneyland Without Rides. Love that bench artwork.
Yeah.
And then I think one of our like people's favorites, the worst foods.
Yeah. That one did really well.
And we throw some shade at
Yeah.
Alien Pizza Planet.
Yeah.
Pixar Fest was like a weird one,
It was.
but it did well because of video.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
one of the best performing was Nighttime at Disneyland. That hit people.
hard.
And was that when we got news that it wasn't? No, it was August where it seemed like it wasn't going to open or something. But
I mean, that was August.
yeah.
Yeah.
But that hit people.
Yeah. Even to this day, people still say, like, I really like the nighttime
Yeah.
episode. Has I think the best YouTube views
Yeah.
next to Pixar Fest, but still it was like strong in the Spotify. I don't.
Yeah. And then
That was great.
Winnie the Pooh. This is Kev's favorite artwork because it's so sweet.
Yeah.
And we love that ride. No one understands.
Yeah. Yeah.
They don't. That was for us. That was not for you guys. Future of Hollywoodland was the first creative episode.
Yeah.
That was-
Baymax's Boba,
Dude, I couldn't.
which
I'm
is an
still
actual thing.
sad we're not getting San Francisco
Yeah. I sent you that thing, right? Where it's an actual Baymax's Boba.
in world, right?
Nah, I think it's Tokyo.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
Innoventions was like, I don't even know why we did that.
Yeah.
To this day, Kimmy says she tuned out on that one because we got too techie.
Yeah.
And she can't be the only one.
Yeah. But also, Nick, remember when we went out with Nick and Deanna?
Yeah.
He was like, that was like his favorite.
Yeah.
Because he liked the techie
Yeah,
stuff.
he likes Google
Yeah.
Home and all that stuff.
Yeah.
And then we did complaints part 1 and part 2, which was a mistake.
Mistake.
Yeah.
Mistake.
Yeah. Remnants of the Past. I just love that title.
Yeah. That's
That was cool. Like all the weird stuff that's left over. And Yeah, I never had a picture of the thing to put up, which I guess I should have. And then
Tramtober.
Tramtober.
Sorry.
Oh yeah, that was just such a dumb name on purpose.
Yeah.
I was like, we're gonna call it Tramtober, and then you made the art, and then we just kind of like I changed the T so we could slide up the tram in, but like, and then Kev helped us with the pumpkin and all that stuff, and yeah, Halloween was a vibe.
It was.
We had costumes.
We dressed up every week.
Every week, man, we spent money.
Mm-hmm.
And then you went to Walt Disney World,
Mm-hmm.
and that was some weird art, and that was like I had no idea. I was just interviewing you like I didn't know what you were talking about, which was actually the case. And then the 3-hour food and wine festival,
where we got the Snoop Dogg wine.
Snoop Dogg California Red. What's in
Yes.
it? Red wine.
Which for some reason I got 3 of for my birthday this year.
And we drank that whole bottle of wine.
Yeah.
That was a loopy episode.
Yep.
Then rainy days.
I forgot about that episode.
Dude, I think about that every time it rains. I want to do that episode again.
Yeah.
And it was rain today. And then our first like stranger
Mm-hmm.
park music featuring the Disneylanders
Which is the most popular episode.
because of Amazon Music.
Mhm.
I don't know if we've said this, but people go searching for his music
Mm-hmm.
on Amazon Music. And then it says podcast episodes, park music featuring the Disneylanders. And I'm sure his fans are like, did someone interview him?
Yeah.
And he's just chilling on
Yeah.
the podcast for a couple
Hanging
hours.
out with us.
And then Trammin' Through the Snow, which is just lyrics from Jingle Bells. And that one we got a freebie with a Buena Vista Christmas
Yeah.
because we were able to go. Because you ended up going last minute. Oh, because I went and I was like, dude, it's kind of empty. And then you just went like 2 days later. So we were able to like both do the episode. And this is what I tweeted though. Trammin' Through the Snow was a vibe.
It
We're
was.
chilling in Santa hats. We
It
had
was.
decorations. You had a robe. I had my sweater.
I had
and
a
you had
robe.
a robe.
Yeah.
And you're just like big chilling. Is that the word? Yeah, like-
It was good. It was fun.
and then like the saddest artwork, we had it so 2020 where it was just like
Locked out.
we went through the news of 2020. It was just weird. What a strange year. And then the new year was just that was a weird one.
Oh my God. Really quick we had it till 2020. Episodes you might like. Season 1, episode 12 of Quarantined by End All Hope. Also, chapter 5, Hell Breaks Loose. Part 2 of 3, Paralyzed.
Jeez. And then we did Pixar vs. Paradise.
Yeah.
And then we moved to Wednesdays. Was that?
I think that was in there somewhere.
Oh, that was I think Pixar vs. Paradise, was that part of it? Now on Wednesdays? Because the next thing was
We Shall Not.
I think that was the same day.
Yeah.
I don't know. And yeah, We Shall Not Pass. That was when our passes got taken away.
Yeah,
man.
that was a big deal.
Yeah. I don't even think about that anymore.
Yeah, me either.
It's like, okay, the AP's gone. And we did another land, Fantasyland, Electrical Parade, just got that itch. And then we finally did DCA 1.0. People wanted that, multiple people.
Yeah.
Where,
That was good.
yeah. And then Around the Resort, which I had like early on,
You did?
I had the idea.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't write it early on. And then Mr. Toad. Okay. Did I mention this on the show? So New Tomorrowland. I would always say people have been asking. Did I say this?
I think so.
With Austin? No?
Maybe. I don't know.
No, because the last episode was New Tomorrowland.
Yeah.
No,
I
never
didn't-
mind.
didn't.
So I always say like, people have been asking for this episode. And Kimmy always goes, who's people? And I'm like, it's just Austin. Not in a bad way.
Yeah.
He's just the only one who's like excited about it because we
Yeah.
always brought it up. He's like, dude, I can't wait to hear your Tomorrowland episode.
Yeah.
And actually, he replied a few times. I don't know the exact things, but he was like, dude, I liked it. They should do that. I love. He's like, I don't remember living with the land too much, but my mom said it's cool or whatever. I think he liked. I don't know. There's a lot of stuff, but he's like, yeah, man. It's so sad.
Shout out to Country Critters. Man.
Yeah.
If you guys haven't followed him, follow him on Instagram.
Yeah,
He's got some good pictures.
he's the homie.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's always chilling. And the thing is, he always reposts our art.
Every week.
But I don't always I don't really watch the stories.
From the Trammin account?
No, I have him on my
Oh,
my account,
Mhm.
my personal. But it's like I don't watch stories too often,
Mhm.
so I don't see, and it doesn't tell us.
Yeah.
So, but every time you post, man, thank you. But thank you to all the Tram fam who write in.
Thank you to Tony and Yoli, Sosa's mom and stepdad, who wrote in. Did you see that post?
Yeah.
You did.
I was gonna do something, but it was late or something.
Yeah,
like
it
that.
was late, and I reposted it, but I had to ask him to go public
to repost.
to repost it. Yeah, because I couldn't get
Yeah.
it private. But really nice, really nice.
Yeah. So, and do we have any other like really dumb bits? Like so thick,
It's thick.
the thick meter.
Mm-hmm.
This episode's thick.
Yeah.
The thick meter's broken.
Yeah.
I am going to get a text saying, "Why is it so long?"
Yeah.
Well, speed it up.
Yeah.
I got word that sometimes it's 2 times speed depending on. Like,
Oh.
I was like,
Oh.
well, thank you.
Yeah. That's fine.
The buttery smoothness of our voices is gone at that point.
Yep. We
But-
sound like the chipmunks.
Yeah. So, what were you saying? Oh yeah, but like people write in, and I don't want to say names because then it's gonna sound like I forget names,
Yeah.
and I don't mean it that way. So
Yeah. But
you know who you are. Thank you for writing in. Everyone else who's afraid, don't be afraid. Nobody listens to this.
Yeah.
No, I'm kidding. But we have like, it seems like 250 listeners between YouTube and whatever.
around there, yeah.
Dude, you can't fit 250 people in your house. You have a house. You
Mhm.
can't fit 250 people in there. Imagine that many people every week. Imagine 250 people in a room, and only like 15 of them are your friends. Everyone else is just
That's true, huh?
strangers on a rock in a void, like,
Mm-hmm.
which is crazy. And that, like, another thing from Colin Moriarty, he's like, which is funny because he's like, yeah, I have a ton of listeners. It's like starting out. Picture, and I was gonna say his name, Disneylanders.
Mm-hmm.
He said something similar. He's like, imagine a room filled with all the people who support you.
Mm-hmm.
There's a lot of people in there. It's unimaginable. When you start thinking of it that way, it's like, oh, that is a lot.
And I think when we recorded with him, he was probably around like 8,000 or 9,000 listens, like monthly listens on Spotify.
Mhm.
I think he's at like 16,000 now, 17,000. So he's been growing in popularity.
Yeah, it has
too.
nothing to do with us.
No,
He's
nothing.
just great.
Yeah,
Creative dude.
in every way.
Yeah, does
every
whatever he
freaking way.
wants. Yeah.
Yeah.
Interesting guy. Nice guy. And at some point he'll be back.
Mhm.
I mean, he said so.
Mm-hmm.
Cool guy. And we still keep up with him, which is, So, yeah, a lot has happened. This is like, we kind of did something similar with We Had It So 2020. So we're not going to like recap the year again.
Yeah.
Just like, it's been fun. It's going to continue being fun. We probably won't do like a second anniversary. We'll just say it.
Yeah.
Or it'll be every 50 episodes. It'll be a big deal.
Mm-hmm.
Like 75 will be like, it's the 75th, but I'm not writing another new Tomorrowland for that.
But I feel like the first year, anyways, is going to be the year where we maybe not in viewership or listenership, but in the way that we do things, probably the most.
Like change? Or-
Change. Yeah. Like we didn't really know at all what we were doing. And then we started getting more equipment, started learning more tricks of the trade. Your uncle helped a lot. So's helped him with video and stuff. Even there's things now, which I haven't even started doing, where he's like, why don't you do this? Why don't you do that? I'm like, I will eventually, and I'll try it out. But not that we're not going to stop evolving or growing, but this past year we've done a lot.
Yeah.
Done a lot.
Yeah, you never know. We could go to 4K.
Oh,
If
those?
if SD card transfer speeds weren't garbage,
Yeah.
it would be worth it. But it's because your upload is not going to be a big deal,
No.
and you have a desktop that you can edit on, so that can handle 4K.
Yeah.
But it's not. Okay, I have a task for you.
Mm-hmm.
Figure out that export quality, dude. Remember you said sometimes it looks better before it exports? You couldn't figure that out.
It's just the color. I added actually,
I haven't checked because I can't tell the difference because
Yeah.
I don't see the other one.
actually, you make a good point, because I have the file. It's called a Lumetri file.
Mm-hmm.
I have it on my Mac. I don't have it on my desktop, so I don't think I've been using it.
I have no idea.
Yeah.
Because I check YouTube, but I can't tell the color from one episode to the other. The
Yeah.
sound is, it's all we're doing. But anyways, yeah,
There's a bad thumbnail.
it's not Trammin enough,
No, it's not driving enough.
Yeah. But we still have one little segment left. Or I guess we got 2 little segments left, which it's getting late.
Mm-hmm.
So, We Had It So Good. So, We Had It So Good is a segment in which we reminisce about things. People write in about things they miss throughout the week, throughout the year. So, we only have one from a listener, I think. And I am on the wrong account because we have like 3 accounts each, and it's like, the secret tab. Okay, Lucas writes in. My wife and I live about 3.5 hours or so from the Disneyland Resort, and we used to very frequently just decide spontaneously to drive down on a Friday night, grab dinner in the park or something, and then do the parks over the weekend. These past few weekends, I have missed those trips too much. Pleading face emoji. We had it so good.
Dang. 3.5 hours. Oh,
But
that's
he
like
would,
going to
he would
Vegas.
stay the weekend though.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Ah.
And I responded to that. I've done spontaneous things.
Mm,
Still do. But spontaneous things like, oh, let's just go to this place.
mm.
It's not, let's drive 3.5 hours and spend the weekend
Yeah.
somewhere. Like that's another level.
Yeah.
But I mean, he flies, so
Oh,
he's got that
Yeah,
got
you're
that
right.
courage, you know?
You're right.
The courage to remove the headphone jack, you know? It's just
Oh, man.
yeah, what do you I didn't go to down Disney last week.
Neither did I.
I'll be there tomorrow. And we'll be there Wednesday.
Wednesday.
Oh no.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Okay.
You remember. All right.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah. This is already. Oh, I guess people can find us. Too late. You got 4 hours. The countdown starts now.
What do I miss? I think I have said this one before, and it's something I miss dearly.
Mm,
And that's just walking around with a drink.
yeah.
Yeah, that will always go back to that one. Only because even when the park's open, that's not going to happen.
No.
You know, even
I've seen
with-
a lot of people do it, but
you shouldn't. Even with a touch of Disney, you know, Taste of Universal, Taste of Knots, whatever they're called.
smells of Six Flags.
Smells of Six Flags. You cannot do this yet. So until that day, I will continue to miss that.
Yeah. Like this weekend, I grabbed Starbucks and there was like no one around for like thousands of feet. So I like walked a little bit drinking Starbucks. And I was like, man.
Yeah,
Nice.
good day.
But even at work, I used to go out into the shop with my mug,
Mm.
but like chill, not like, oh, what's everyone doing? It's like, oh, hey, what's up, everybody? Like in the morning,
Mhm.
can't do that. I got to drink my coffee in my office.
Yeah.
And then my office smells like stale coffee after 20 minutes, you know? But yeah, I missed that. You know what got me on when they opened, they got rid of the ropes towards the gates.
Mm-hmm.
I think like food at Disneyland or something was randomly there on Friday. Did it rain Friday a little bit?
I think so. Yeah.
Yeah. It was she, I have no idea actually. I'm confusing them with someone else I know who's like foods of, you know, all these accounts. So it was raining and the Main Street bricks were wet. I was like, oh. And even today I missed it, but then what day was it? Saturday morning. I just like went outside, take out the trash, and it was breezy and cold but sunny. Man, this is Disneyland weather.
Oh yeah.
And
Oh yeah, that's nice.
yeah, the cold
That
breeze and
just put me back.
yeah, right.
Mm.
I went straight there. I was like, oof. So I miss it. We had it so good.
We did.
We did, but we will have it so good once again. And so we don't end on a sad note. We have a closing segment, and our closing segment is one last bite. So one last bite. We just talk about food for a little bit, real quick. As always, what is the best food you ate this week? What's the best food and then dessert or treat or whatever?
Okay, so I'll try to make this quick, but
No, you're fine, dude.
okay. I went to Ensenada this past weekend, and I went to a house of a native Mexican family that has a restaurant next to their house, and they handmade and essentially they have a farm with all the animals that
Oh, right.
yeah, like it's as like authentic as it comes.
Farm to table.
Farm to table. Like the lady who was working there, it's her house. And she's like the matriarch of the house. Like she,
Mm.
you know, she runs everything. She's the grandma. And she literally looks at us and she's like, how many tortillas you guys want? And she's there making them with the plancha. Like it was neat. She's like, you guys want some quesadillas? Sure. Throws them at us. It was great,
Wow.
dude. And they brought out some café de olla, which is like coffee made in a specific pot with piloncillo in it.
With what?
And piloncillo?
What's that?
I don't know.
I
Actually,
thought it's cinnamon.
no. No. It's like a sugar.
In LA, it's with cinnamon.
I don't know. I honestly don't know. But they were like, "Oh, what kind of milk do you guys want?" All in Spanish, of course. And we're like, "What do you mean? Just like creamer?" And she's like, "Oh, no. Like, you can either get milk, just regular milk, or leche de she called it like barraca or something like that. I didn't even know what the word was. I don't know what it meant. Essentially, it was straight from the cow. Like
unpasteurized milk.
Unpasteurized.
I
Like,
hear it's great.
it was fantastic. I got it, put it in my cafe.
Fatty, right?
So creamy and thick. It was fantastic. Best dessert I had all
Wait,
week.
so what was the best?
Oh, was the food?
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Sorry, I had chilaquiles.
Oh.
Yeah, the chilaquiles were great.
Your mind was on chilaquiles today. You put the leftover chips, salsa, and then some beef, and ate it with a fork.
Yeah,
and it wasn't that type of salsa.
No.
You're just, it was on the brain. Yeah.
I had chilaquiles. Brandy gave me some of her barbacoa de res, which was great. Yeah, I love that place. That place was amazing. I don't even know how to pronounce the restaurant's name.
What has it spelled?
Let's see here. I have a picture of the entrance, but I don't even know how her family found out about it or what. It is Wakumiai Tabita.
What?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. It was insane. Literally it was raining over there, and they had leaves with some wood holding it up, and I was completely dry. It was amazing. I was very, very impressed. Best dessert, I'm gonna have to say, it wasn't kind of like a dessert, more of like a desserty drink. I was talking about it a little earlier. An agua de plátano.
Oh.
Yeah, which we get at this place called El Campeón in San Luis Obispo.
Huh.
And I pretty much had a gallon of the stuff.
Yeah. Wow.
You know, like those really big like cups that they give you at like burger places. It's like a solid. It's like more than 32 ounces.
I think. Yeah.
Yeah, one of those. Had the whole thing.
So, wait. So, what does it taste like?
It tastes like bananas,
Yeah, but like, what's the consistency? I mean,
like milk.
oh,
Yeah. You know, like those aguas that are like strawberry and fresa.
oh yeah.
That
Okay.
kind of stuff, but plátano. Yeah.
That's very interesting.
Mhm.
So, I gotta find this. Okay, so I had it was Friday. I'm trying to like roll back here,
Mm-hmm.
right? But I had Portos. You would think it's Portos. Those potato balls and medianoche. Nope, wasn't Portos, even though it was delicious. And then I had a bison burger with vegan cheese. There was like some whole grain mustard.
Wait, so that stuff wasn't from Portos?
No, there's another restaurant.
What was the restaurant called?
Oh, The Counter.
Oh, okay.
So I was like, you would think, oh, maybe it's the really good burger, right? Which was very good. And it's like, this is my last like going out meal, shoestring fries. That's the way to go.
Yeah.
You'd think it was that. Brioche bun. Almost was. Maybe it was almost Portos. And then, late Sunday night, with Kimmy, her older sister Kayla, and her cousin America, and her cousin's boyfriend Kevin, who you're right, Kevin.
Oh, okay.
Is like, and Mr. Toad is his favorite ride.
Oh, wait. I thought that was Kev the whole time.
Oh, I said Kevin, not Kev.
Oh.
I literally.
Okay.
Anyways, we all went to Taqueria de Anda.
Anda.
There's a few of them.
Yeah.
Many of them, but they started in Santa Ana.
Mm-hmm.
This is in,
Santana.
exactly. This is in Lake Forest. And I was like, I could eat a couple tacos. Little tacos, right? Got one asada. I got asada carnitas. Sometimes they look moist. Right? They look fatty. They look juicy. I want two of those. I don't care about al pastor. Great. I don't want that. Pork belly. I love pork. No, that looks great. Two of those with cilantro and salsa verde, right? Dude, it was amazing.
Yeah.
Juicy, all of them. Hot. like piping hot.
Mm-hmm.
It's just spectacular. Dude, tortillas, meat, cilantro, salsa. That's it. No onions.
That's how you do it.
Amazing.
Oh, no onions?
No.
Oh, I like the onions.
Yeah, I was not going to chop up onions for you.
Mm.
No, sir.
That's fine. That's fine.
Yeah. Insanely good. I couldn't believe it. I mean, I could, but
I gotta take you to Ensenada. You'll have some
that's all right with me.
You'll have some tacos down
No,
there.
I'm not driving there.
That's fine. I'll drive you.
No, I'm not going in a car there. I'm not sitting in a car that long.
I see. Well, I had some tacos too, and I would like you to try those tacos one day. It was like the in and out of taco places.
I believe you. This was,
Mm.
in Orange County,
Yeah.
but they were great. But before I get to the dessert thing, I remembered. Remember, you're like flour tortillas everywhere in
Mhm.
Mexico. I asked one of my employees, Jaime,
Mhm.
and he was like, "No, what are you talking about?" It's like, it depends on where you go. And I'm like, okay, what about here?
Rosarito and
How
Ensenada.
do you say flour?
Flor?
No.
Oh.
Not-
It's corn. Oh, oh my god.
No, they're gonna.
Because you put me on the spot, dude. Harina.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So he's like, I'd name cities, Harina, and I name a city, Mais.
Yeah.
So he's like, it just depends on where you are.
depends.
Because you were like, flour everywhere. They don't do corn in Mexico. I'm like, what?
From what I remember, I went to
it depends on where you go.
in Guadalajara, Rosarito and Ensenada, and Tijuana. It's all, for the most part, flour. There's some places where, like that taco place I was talking to you about, they asked, maíz or harina?
Yeah.
And I went with the maíz, try it out, and it was still really good.
Yeah, I know. These were corn tortilla, but
Mm.
great. And anyways, dessert though, or sweet or whatever. We tried a couple things from Porto's, like a pineapple empanada. It was okay. Some hazelnut cookie. It was good, but it was like a shortbread with hazelnut, like almost Nutella, not quite. It was okay. And then they had a chocolate chip cookie. What I tried sunflower seed peanut butter cups, but the peanut butter was sunflower seed butter. They're good, but okay. I don't know if I've had like, oh, you know what it is actually? The brown sugar oat milk shaken espresso. Have you had that?
From
Starbucks.
Starbucks, yeah. I haven't had it.
Do you like gingerbread?
Yeah.
Dude,
It
there's
tastes
no
like
ginger.
Uh-huh.
But that brown sugar toasty flavor, it's insane.
Huh, I'm gonna try it.
It's so good.
I just got a $25 gift card.
Just get a venti.
Yeah.
It's insanely good. I was going to get one that, it was so good. Oh, other thing, the app, a lot of them might say sold out. If it says that, just go there.
They'll have it?
They'll have it.
Okay.
I asked them because every Starbucks I go to, and I was at a Starbucks in Irvine. I'm like, hey, the app, hey, it says sold out. Oh, we're running low, so it always says that, but we have it. So
I'm gonna try it. I tried the other one.
the almond milk
Yeah.
with the malt.
Yeah.
I like chocolate malt.
Yeah, me too.
It was great, but this brown sugar.
They're getting pretty good with their drinks.
Yeah, they're getting weird.
Yeah, and I
we-
appreciate it.
Yeah, instead of like everything tastes like classic.
Yeah.
Which got old. Like white chocolate mocha,
Yeah.
I'm out.
Even though I'm a Dunkin' guy now.
Yeah. They've
Shout
been
out-
releasing some new stuff.
Yeah, they've been. Shout out to the toasted almond flavor shot.
Mm.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So, one last thing. Trammin food.
Trammin food.
If we had our own foods,
Mm-hmm.
what would we do?
A pineapple and pickle charcuterie board.
That's too,
It's too on the nose.
okay. Would you soak a pineapple in pickle juice or soak a pickle in pineapple juice?
I would soak the pineapple in the pickle juice.
I would go pickle pineapple juice.
Really?
I want the sour with a little bit of sweet.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Pineapple and pickle. Wait, isn't that what I said?
The pineapple and the pickle juice. That's what you said.
The pineapple. Yeah, pineapple and
Yeah.
the pickle juice. You'd go pickle in the pineapple juice?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I want a little hint of sweetness.
Yeah.
What would be our dessert?
Hmm.
What would be like a
You know what? A vegan, specifically the Astro Tarts from
excuse me?
the Astro Tarts.
What is an Astro Tart?
It's a vegan Pop Tart that is sold only at Rad Coffee. That's homemade by some lady. I don't know who she is.
Do they have chocolate ones?
They do.
You don't go there. You
I can go.
No, you come from work.
Oh,
Does
yeah.
it last all day?
Yeah.
Do you go there in the morning?
Sometimes.
Okay.
I can go like on a Sunday at night.
Well, it's vegan. It's not going to go.
Or
bad,
Monday in the morning. I see what you're saying.
but-
Yeah. But she does these like really nice looking Pop-Tarts. Like good Pop-Tarts, not like the ones they have at Disneyland.
Yeah.
So like
Hand pie.
bring these to Disneyland and then draw the tram on it with the yellow line.
Hmm.
Yeah, that'd be really cool.
I still wanted the Randy's Trammin donut.
Oh yeah, me too.
They didn't do it.
Me too.
What would that be now?
Or
It's got to have the line is going to be lemon. Is the blue going to be blueberry? But that's too much, right?
I feel like the donut should be blueberry because
With
it's like the background.
with lemon drizzle.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because it's like, and blueberry donut's my favorite.
What's the icing? Just blue icing,
That's blue icing.
but glaze.
Mm-hmm.
So you have some glaze with a hint of lemon.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Mm.
Mm-hmm. I like this.
They're still not going to
You got to make it happen, dude.
They're not going to do it.
Tell Kev that when
he's not there. No, he doesn't decide.
Yeah.
I'm going to tell him, listen, don't tell Mark. He'll never know. He's not going to know. What's he going to do? Nothing.
Yeah.
He's going to be like, "Wah." We'll be fine. Make me my Trammin donut. We'll do nothing.
Yeah.
We sent people there. I wonder if anyone went. Anyways, it's been a year. It's been a very cool year.
It has. I've enjoyed it.
And not even going to slow down. Right? We're at almost 3 hours because we're going to cut the breakout.
Yeah.
But
Real close, though.
this literally is going to cost us.
You think so? Like,
It's at 2 hours, 29 minutes.
Yeah.
You're not finding 28.
oh, literally cost us.
No,
Yeah,
literally
yeah,
cost
yeah.
us money. No,
Yeah,
money.
you're right.
$2.
Yeah.
It's worth it. Did for you. Not really. This was like self-indulgence. We're just talking about
really
ourselves.
was. It really was.
But if you have any questions about more behind the scenes stuff, because we don't know what's behind the scenes because we live it.
Mhm.
If you're somehow not bored of this already, you made it here, send us some questions. We'll put them in your right. This is a lot of fun. Thanks again, everyone. We can't do the cool thing where we do the lens cap. We already did that.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah,
that was great.
That was
great.
good.
Go watch the video of We Had It So 2020.
Yeah.
Just the end. It's beautiful. Like the last 2 minutes.
Mm-hmm. I had to like clip it and put it on Instagram. I was so proud of it.
Oh, yeah, that was great.
Yeah.
That was great. And you forgot that we were doing it.
Mm-hmm. and it just kind of worked.
And it was kind of your idea.
yeah.
But yeah, it worked. But that's what we do. We are not professional. We are silly.
Mm.
We don't take this too seriously, actually. But it's important to us, and we take it seriously with our lives. And
And it's fun.
yeah,
That's the main thing.
it's fun. And we're closer friends than we've ever been,
Mhm.
which is, you'd think you'd start a podcast with your closest friend.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
But we were close friends, but it was like,
No.
now it's, I see you every week. It's
Yeah.
like weird if I don't. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But the best. What's Rain up to? Is he okay if he talks? No, we save it for Monday.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know? But yeah. As always, we'll see you next week, right? And the week after, and
Probably the week after too.
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And at some point, parks will be open.
Mm-hmm.
We'll have some episodes just on being there.
And I'll be able to take pictures.
Yeah. It'll be like our first time back.
It honestly will be like the first time. Like when we walk into Disneyland proper for the first time.
Oh,
Wow.
I forgot something.
Hmm.
We'll just leave it here real quick. I watched Raya.
Oh, you did?
Yes. 2 things. Kimmy and I did not cry. When did you cry? Oh, is it a spoiler?
That's a spoiler.
All right. You got to tell me after.
Yeah.
But we did not cry.
Okay.
And we're not
No.
tough. We just,
No hearts. I see.
no.
Okay.
And 2, remember when you like get the band together, all
Mhm.
that? That's why I like it.
Mhm.
Okay. I saw the moment where they got back together.
Mm-hmm.
And Tong or whatever,
Tongue.
the big dude,
Oh, yeah.
he called it a fellowship. And I think that's what got you.
You think so?
I'm pretty.
You think so?
I'm 100% sure. I literally paused it. This is why Rain likes this movie. Getting the band together. He called it a fellowship, the Fellowship of the Ring, and I just saw the biggest eye roll I've ever seen,
Mm-hmm.
and it was definitely that. Come on, now that you know he said fellowship, isn't that better?
It was also very Avatar-y to me. Very One Piece-y to me.
Yeah. So we liked it. The art, the imagery was really good, but it was just kind of like, it was good. And then I don't regret it, whatever. But then like the credits start rolling and it sets in that like your $30 is gone. And then in 3 weeks or whatever,
Like it's
that $30 means nothing.
6 months.
No, they announced it, didn't they? 3 months maybe.
I don't know.
I don't know. But I think it's like May
Yeah.
or whatever. But it was good. I enjoyed it.
I loved it.
It was a cool movie. You guys will like it. It's very creative, very cool. Like the voice acting is real great, all that kind of stuff. But yeah. So anyway, back to exiting, back to getting off the tram. So yeah, join us next week for Touch of Disney.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
I've never
I'm
said that
excited.
before.
I'm really excited. After seeing some of the stuff I saw today, I'm pumped.
You're gonna get a Monte Cristo?
Oh yeah.
Don't share it.
No. It's for me.
That's for you. You deserve it.
Thank you.
So do it, man.
Alrighty, guys. We'll see you guys next week.
See you real soon.
Bye.
Bye.